Do not adjust your television sets. This is Johnny Beane TV. Johnny Beane TV. That's right. For you on Facebook. Oh, what is that? Oh, we're live. Here we go. Straturday night. Dan Gorman, we're live. I have to get this announcement out right away. This is actually pretty important. What's up, dudes? Quick announcement. I'll be live from Los Angeles, June 29th through, well, the weekend of June 30th, I guess, if that makes some sort of sense. I don't know. But June 29th, that's a Thursday, through that Sunday, I'll be live from LA. So look for a lot of content on the channel here. Well, all my pages, Twitch, Instagram, wherever, from Los Angeles. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and it'll be fun. So hey, let's do this, you guys. Tonight, all the way from Norman, Oklahoma, it's Robbie Stingle.
How you doing? I want a housekeeper. Get to the chopper.
Wow. Robbie, who else do we have tonight?
Johnny, we have the one and only Mr. Grit.
There he is. What's
Hello.
up, Mr. Grit?
How's everybody doing?
Great. Are we going to see some guitars tonight?
I have some out. You guys want to talk guitars? I can talk guitars.
Sure. That'd be awesome.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Who else do we have? Who else is on the show, 40 Grit?
We got Ron Gunner.
Ron! There he is.
No press, please. I'm wanted by the police. No press, no press.
What's up, man?
I'm just sitting here, Johnny, wondering what the hell is going on.
I don't know. Everybody's sitting there wondering what's wrong with their TV sets, man.
What's the matter with me? What's the matter with you?
Wow, what's up, you guys? Hey, there we are. See, we're up in the production on these shows, man. We're doing all kinds of cool stuff. What's up, you guys? Whoa.
Hello, Janice, not visible. Laz, Sky Prop.
Everybody.
Mike. Yeah. Wow.
Everybody. Great to see everybody. This is a weekly show called Straturday Night Live, where we talk, basically we talk anything we want, but a lot of it's, music, rock music, guitars, all kinds of cool stuff. But let's, we got a few announcements. It's June 17th, 2023. It's 11:11 p.m. Eastern, 8:11 Pacific. Let's see, 10:11 Oklahoma time.
Yep.
It's after 11 here in Ohio.
It's after 11 in Ohio. Let's see. And here on YouTube, okay, well, a couple things. We just hit 10,000 subscribers. Thank you again to our friend Philip McKnight. He sent like a whole bunch of people over here. So we have a whole bunch of people watching these shows, and we thank all of you guys for joining us. He got us to 10,000 subscribers, and we're looking to get 10,100 subscribers by this month, which I think we're going to do. I think we're like 20 away. We're less than 20. We're like 15 away. So maybe we can do that tonight. I don't know. But let's say hello to the top tier of channel members here on Johnny Beane TV. If I can find one of those things. There we go. Channel memberships, so we can help support the channel and support these shows. And the top tier get their names read at the top of every talk show. And they are currently CC, Stephen Franklin, Michael Smith, Music Therapy Laz, Sherman Callahan, 40 Grit, John Moronic, Majestic PB and J Cat, Guitar Man 45, Janice Lala, the intern, Arhabs, Warlag, Patty Dill. By the way, Patty, thank you for the package. I got Patty's package today. Thank you so much, Patty. And Fairfield Guitar Co.
That sounded kind of personal, Johnny.
I know. Well, I had a birthday a few days ago, and people are still wishing me happy birthday and sending me stuff. So I'm getting a bunch of...
To get her package for your birthday.
Thank you again.
She must have liked her. He must have liked it. Keeps thanking you.
Well, she sent Laz a package too. So.
Well, hey.
So he'll be up.
My birthday was in March.
She'll send you a package too. She'll send you one as well. Let's see. We got channel membership. We got. Let's see. What else? If you'd like to help support the channel here, because we can take all the help we can get around here. These lights, they magically change with any super chats. There we go. There's the animation. Super chats is a way you can help support the channel and support these shows. Those lights, they change magically in real time while we are live. So there you go. But if you'd like to help support, let's say on a previously recorded video, super thanks is a way you can do that. Just look for the little icon, the thanks icon right there. We're also live on Facebook, Johnny Beane Facebook page, where actually I got to let them in. Facebook likes to start the streams with like a locked page. So every time I have to edit the audience public. There we go. All right, we're live on Facebook. Hello, Facebook friends. You're all here. There we go. We should see some Facebook people in here. And if you'd like to help support on Facebook, Facebook stars, we can do that, just like Super Chat, but on the Facebook side. And speaking of Facebook, we're also live in the exclusively Van Halen group at 62,000 members. We're live in the EVH Gear Fans Live group. We're going to talk some EVH Gear guitars tonight as well. Thank you to 40 Grit. We're live in the EVH Gear Fans Live page, Johnny Beane TV group, where my name is Johnny Beane. Just saying. Somebody was giving me trouble the other day in my own group saying, I'm so sick of hearing your name. Well, sorry, that's my name and it's my show. All right. So there we go. What's going on? You got these intros are getting faster and longer and weirder.
Johnny.
Man. Yes.
You're everywhere.
I am everywhere. Oh, thank you, Robbie. How come you're not the? You should be the intern, man.
No, that's all right, Johnny.
You're reminding me that we're pretty much everywhere. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Mastodon, Lemonade, Spotify. This is a podcast. You can listen to these shows. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Amazon Music, SoundCloud, TikTok, everything. So make sure you follow us on all the different platforms if you can. Right, and Robbie loves his Jersey Mike's, man.
Oh yeah.
Did you eat a sandwich today?
Yes, I did. I got a piece left for after the show too.
Delicious.
Waiting all day to drink this iced tea. It was. I should have got more.
Mm-hmm.
You drink the drink of warriors, prune juice.
That's all right. You don't want to come here with prune juice there, Ron.
I don't want to go anywhere with prune juice.
Wow. Dudes. Man. All right. Who do we have in here? Can you guys see the chats? Who is here? We got a lot of people here. We got about 40 people just out of the gate. You guys are awesome.
I see Cheech. Where's Chung?
Cheech is here. Hey. Sorry, Johnny, I'm going to miss some of the show. I got to wash the dogs. Oh, man. That's okay. That's all right, man.
Washing the dogs. Happy
Father's Day, John. Washing the dogs. Everybody, wash your dogs. Yeah, I've got a cat, and he washes himself, so that's pretty good. So, yeah, we got Mike Olson, we got Nightbot, which, again, is me. If you see any links in the chat from Nightbot, you can trust those links because I did that. Ryan Hall is here. Jeff Davidson is here. Mike Olson is here. John Gregory is here. You look great for 28 years old. Thank you so much, man. I'm actually 35. Six Fingered Assault is here. Wayne Furman is here. Hey, weren't you in my Twitch chat earlier today, Wayne? I was live on Twitch earlier tonight. Let's just do the show like this. What do you think, Ron?
Fine with me.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Twitch.
No
Follow me on Twitch, please. Follow me on Twitch. All right. We got a lot of people here. You guys are awesome. We're going to hang out for a while. It's going to be great. Richard is here. Hello from Facebook. Oh, yeah. We're doing some sort of a giveaway, too. Not sure what it is yet. But if you want to participate in the giveaway, all you got to do is participate in the chat. Say anything. As long as we can see you on Facebook, like Richard here, as long as we can see your comment, you are in the drawing for whatever it is we're giving away. We got 32 entries so far. We want to say
I'm going to give everybody. I'm going to give a guitar to everybody, a free air guitar.
Dude.
I'll even give you air strings and an air stand.
How about air lessons, too?
There we go. That'll work.
Okay. That sounds great. Man. So, I think 40 Grit, right before we went on the air, 40 Grit was like, Johnny, I've got something to give away. Are you playing that something right now?
So I picked this one up a while back, and I put the quarter on it.
Uh-huh.
But I decided not to put the reflectors on the back.
Oh, no.
So tonight...
No way.
I'll give you my reflectors.
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh.
I'll give you my reflectors tonight. I'm not going to use them.
Reflectors. Hey, Lawrence. Good to see you, Lawrence. Haven't seen you in a while. Look at Lawrence. Look at his avatar. That's him and Edward. Right on. Lawrence, great to see you. Dude. What happened to Ron Gunner? He's disappeared already. When he comes back, everybody just freeze. Okay. Oh, I think he's still frozen.
No, I'm here. I'm trying to figure out because this keeps switching on me to a different internet, and that's what the problem is. And
different internet?
Yeah.
Different, like what? Different channel or something?
Well, I have 1 and 2, and 1 is the good one, and the damn thing keeps switching to 2.
Oh man!
On its own, which it shouldn't do. So that's making me mad.
Oh no! Don't get mad.
I get mad when I turn green.
Oh my gosh! All right.
Yeah,
well, I mean, it's content, so it might be cool.
Hey,
but...
I bring people to laugh. That's fine.
40 Grit though, dude.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. So you guys, the giveaway tonight is that's the official reflectors too, from EVH. Look at that. EVH Frankenstein. I don't even have those, dude. That's awesome.
Better not send them to him.
Yeah. So let's say let's say whoever wins those, do they have to own a Frankenstein guitar?
No, Alice Alice got guitar picks last week, and she told me she got them on Friday or something. So does Alice play guitar? I don't think so, right?
I don't know.
Or does she? I don't know.
Alice, do you play guitar?
So maybe Alice will win them tonight. You know.
Maybe.
Whatever. Hey, somebody just asked in the chat what I did in the Navy, what my rate was. I was a chief signalman.
Oh, cool.
So I was a top
Cool,
sider.
man.
Yeah. So let's see how. Oh, this guy's talking about he was in the Navy and stuff. So hey, send me a private message, please. I'd like to talk to you. Yeah. So I will give away those reflectors tonight, and yeah, maybe you can put them on yours, or you can just hang on to them because they're cool to have, right?
What are you talking to me?
No, I'm just talking to everybody.
Oh,
Cool.
I thought you said we're going to give them away tonight, but Johnny, you can put them on your guitar.
Don't get too excited, John.
I actually have one of those guitars. So, but no.
Without the reflectors?
Without the reflectors, correct. But I'm on the show. So since I'm on the show, I'm not eligible.
Oh, Johnny froze.
I'm not on the show. I want to win.
Well, Johnny's got problems tonight. Robbie, you could take over as the host. Robbie, go ahead.
Well, it's nice to see everybody here tonight, and yeah, see, Johnny's not gone.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm still here, you guys. I'm still here. Although I do have to go tuck the chickens in. And that's not code for anything. I have backyard chickens. I have to shut.
I thought that meant you had to go to the bathroom or something.
I got to do that too. But yeah, back behind the Kramer Beretta Special guitars, there's actually a chicken coop out this window here. And if it was lighter, you'd be able to see chickens walking by. But so I do have to run out there. Richard has a great question here. Can you put reflectors on your bike?
I think that's what they were. You sure? Absolutely. Just stick them on. Stick them on the tires.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Absolutely. Or just stick them on any guitar. You could be cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, 40 Grit, thank you so much for that. Those are awesome.
Somebody will enjoy them. They're just sitting on the desk here, so somebody will join.
Mm-hmm. So is there a reason why you never put them on that guitar?
Because on that one, it's got all the real stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know. I don't know if I ever go to resell this guitar. I don't know if the next owner is going to want the reflectors on the back and all that. So maybe, kind of mess up
the resale value.
Sometimes people do like it. Sometimes people don't like it. But I want to give them. I mean, who's not going to like the quarter? That just kind of finishes the front, in my opinion, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the back doesn't really. Either way, it can go either way.
Yeah, I mean the reflectors. It does make it more real, I guess, or whatever. Because the real guitar has them. So
yeah.
So you would think, whoever, like if you were to go to resell that guitar later on, that that's just a bonus. Like,
yeah,
dude, maybe you should keep them there. Just put them on that guitar, because I mean, like I said, if you were to resell that guitar, somebody that's looking to buy, because that's an official guitar you're holding there, so there's a lot of those out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I would think somebody that's searching, for one of those, they would probably want one that has more of the pieces, like the quarter, like the reflectors.
Hello to Alice. She is in the chat, so we can ask her now if she does play. And Johnny, I already told everybody I was going to give him away, so I'm not going to keep him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Oh, whoops. Hey, William De Silva is here. Alice is here. I see Holly. Holly is here. Right on, you guys. Everybody's here. Smash that thumbs up, you guys. And smash that subscribe. If you're brand new, say hi in the chat if you're brand new here. We've got a lot of new people here. Thanks again to Philip McKnight. He got us to 10,000, and we're looking to get to 10,100. We'll probably in the next couple of weeks. By the time I go to Los Angeles, June 29th on the channel, we'll be live. We'll probably hit 10,100. We're literally like 15 to 18 away from that. So very cool. Yeah. So cool. You're not brand new, Guitarman? That's okay. Well, you're a channel member. It's all good. Yeah. Cool. Dude. Oh my God. Oh, man.
I think we're all waiting for Ron to freeze.
I think he is frozen.
I think that's where the hiccup is tonight. I think we're just kind of waiting for the inevitable.
Well, if it does happen, it shouldn't happen as often as it was on the phone. So
you sound like Neil Armstrong tonight. It sounds like you're on the moon.
How's it? Houston, we have a problem.
Yes.
That's what I was.
okay.
Well,
say.
sure.
Kind of sounds like a pilot. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's cool. That's cool, man. Well, okay. Well, Ron, I mean, last couple of weeks you were doing these shows from your phone, I think, or a laptop,
Yes.
or something,
Phone.
and from a phone. Okay, so when did you get set up on a computer, and what's it like, man?
Well, I thought it was doing good till I froze 3 or 4 times. So. I bought a high definition webcam, and this is my gaming headset. So yes, I do game at 58 years old. I was around when they all started, and I've been playing them ever since. So I was using my Bose sound speaker, but headphones sound better. So
Yeah.
and hopefully, I was hoping I didn't freeze, but that apparently I'm just meant to be Mr. Freeze forever, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cool username, dude. Mr. Freeze. That'd be a good one.
That'd be mine. That's it.
That'd be a good one.
I just have to paint myself silver.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, that's
ladies
cool.
and gentlemen, we're approaching LAX.
Yeah. Actually, I'll be hearing that actually in less than 2 weeks, because I'll be in Los Angeles, live on the channel here. Oh, by the way, yeah, you guys, let me just say this again. I'll be live from LA. You guys, and seriously though, you guys, I'll be live walking around. You guys can tell me where do you want me to go? What landmarks do you want me to visit? What guitar shops do you want me to go to? Do you want me to go to the Van Halen landmark in Pasadena? Whatever that is, tell me.
I
Actually,
got
somebody.
2 places for you.
Okay. Oh, okay, cool.
I got
Yes.
go get some pictures of Randy Rhoads' grave,
Okay.
Yeah, been
And
there.
then-
It's cool.
and
That's-
then go to his mom's school and say hi to his brother Kelly.
That's
cool,
it?
man.
So that's all in LA area?
Yeah. What
Okay.
the school's Monticello or something like the name of it.
Musonia.
That's it.
Musonia? Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Okay, I'll put that down. What school? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, Ron, have you been there? Have you been to Randy's grave?
No.
It's really cool, dude. Really cool. As
Oh.
once you go into the cemetery entrance, make a left immediately, and it's right there on your left. It's really cool.
I've seen, obviously seen the his like the birthday stuff from there. And when I was in LA, he was still alive. Matter of fact, he was playing Quiet Riot at the Troubadour or the Whiskey, and I didn't go, and I wish to God I would have.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good stuff, man. That's a good visit if you can go see that. So, yeah, that's cool. You're going, man.
I've got that written down. I've got a whole list of stuff. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Literally, I was just there for the NAMM show, and then I was there in January as well for a Steve Rosen book event. But I'd like to hit up a lot of places that I haven't been to. Stuff that I've been meaning to go to, because I've been going to LA the past 10 years for the NAMM show, just once a year. But I always hit up the same places, because I'm always in the same areas. This time, I want to hit up a lot of different places and get the audience involved with that, because I'll be walking around live, from like this, so you guys will be able to watch where I'm going. And literally, you can tell me where to go. You know?
Watch how you say that. You might not like the answer you get.
Nah, it's all good. How about the Van Halen McDonald's where the picture is? Richard F. is saying
That was Kansas City.
That's somewhere else. That's not California.
That was in Kansas, wasn't
it? St. Louis, I think, is what you guys said the other night, right? With Dane, Johnny, that picture of them, Eddie and Dave.
Yeah,
it says St. Louis. Yeah, it says St. Louis.
Okay, that's St. Louis.
Yeah.
St. Louis, Missouri. So somebody in St. Louis will have to go to that and let us know.
Yeah, that's going to be a good visit. I actually got a news break this week. I got a phone call from a very famous guitar builder, in my opinion, in the Hollywood area, and he let me know that he is retiring. And he wanted to know if I wanted the last one of what he's famous for. And I said that I did. And that he said, very well, it's yours, and I would have it in about 2 months. So in 2 months,
is it one of those?
Maybe we'll do a special guest star of 40 Grit Johnny, and I can come on and show you what it is. But
sure,
I think you guys will think it's super cool because he called me. That made me feel good. And because I had done business with him before, but he said, hey, you know what? I'm getting up there, and I'm going to retire, and I'm going to give the shop to the other gentleman that works there. And yeah, so I thought that was cool. But in a couple months, I'm going to have a super cool guitar, and it'll be the last one. So
the last guitar you're ever going to buy?
No, the last one that he's doing. The last one that he's doing.
Never say that.
No.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Keep us in the loop for that. That's definitely yeah.
That was a good one. And I was also going to bring up, I write stuff down throughout the week after watching the show. I'll watch the show, I'll go back and watch it again and think about stuff. And one thing that I found interesting about all this guitar stuff, like a kid at work came up to me because, there's guitar guys at work and they watch it and they said, hey, that Robbie guy, that last Kramer that he showed last week is the coolest guitar I've ever seen. And I said, you know what's funny? Wow. I said, you know what's funny about all this guitar talk? And I think Joe Bonamassa says it best. You don't buy the guitar, you buy the story.
Oh, yes.
And that guy has such cool, the guy's got a huge guitar collection, first of all. But it's always cool to listen to him because, he said that one day I was watching him. And he said, I don't buy guitars, I buy the story. Mm-hmm. And I said, that's cool. And then, I got Guitar Safari from him.
How many do you have total?
What's that? I got 84 right now. Yeah, 84.
How many do you have total? All right. So 84 plus mine. Between the two of us, we got 177 guitars.
How cool would that be to get them all together?
Including my 3.
That would be like a week-long show.
And all of Robbie's guitars would trump all of our 100 and whatever it is.
177 total.
With just the 4 that he showed last week. Because that maple, I can't get that maple one out of my head.
Yeah, that was gorgeous.
That's just a
people don't even know who Bill Isaacson is. Because, he kind of clipped that wood from Kramer and got fired. So he's been ostracized, You'll never hear his name. It's like Moses, They struck his name off everything. And it was a pretty cool guy. I mean, I hassled him because he just wouldn't get things done. And I'd go to Red Bank and I'd go to their shop and I'd be like, what is wrong with you? Why don't you work on my guitar? And, but he's pretty cool. And it's probably why no one ever heard of him. A few people have. The guy that worked with Tom Anderson we had on, Brett knew the name. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Brett knew my techniques. Yes. That was nice. It was nice to hear somebody that acknowledged, what I do.
Oh, so, no, you've got a fan club out here in Phoenix, Robbie.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, oh dang it! I didn't want to show this thing. Oh, I built this thing today.
I thought he was going to stand up.
That'd be nice. When the weather was cooler this morning, I showed you guys. I did a neck last night. Well, I kind of finished it off. It's still in its like getting used to life stage. I haven't plugged it in yet, but there it is.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Ned's looking up at it. Ned's looking at it.
I still have to make the electronics cover. I've got to get.
You need the reflectors for that guitar.
No. See, what I'm after here. Well, as you can see, the body isn't chubby. The body isn't chubby. The input jack is in the right position. And this is what I like to do with mine is the way they came out of paint booth. The way they were when they were born. That's what I'm after. But this one has the pickup is screwed into the body. It's got your 84 Floyd Rose with no serial number on the block. It's got the bigger letters that were not on very long, but originally the bigger letters. These come out of Norman here at a place that I always forget the name of. Yeah, I put it all together today. It went together really nice, I have to admit. And because I'm not really strong, but Image 360. Image 360 is where you can get these bigger letters. I had them make them. So they have them, and then of course I put the star on the headstock, and the one on the lower piece of the horn. And got it all done. I haven't plugged it in. I haven't played it yet. It's just like I haven't tried it. I was too dang tired after building it to actually go ahead and plug it in. But I will be making a video of it soon. And I'm glad you guys like it. This is Marty Bell's paint job in California, who's retired. And I'm lucky to get him to do maybe one of these a year for me, So I'm hoping to send Mike Olson's body when it's ready to Marty Bell. Of course, that's a lot more authentic than this Music Craft, which I had to really do a lot of work on to get it to look kind of like what it should, But Mike's body is a 1982. It's a one piece. It's alder, but it's one piece of wood. It's not a glued down the middle body from early in 1982 when they first went to a 3/16 neck pocket. And his guitar actually has the lawsuit Strat headstock on it. So I've got another neck. We're going to send both of them down to Kyle. Oh, and by the way, Kyle at Dive Bomb custom made this 2-inch long string retainer that's round, so it's not right up against the nut. So I could space that off a little bit, so it doesn't have to be so close. And it went together really nice, man. It really did. You got the MXR knob on there, and I've got a lot of room. If you look how low I got that pickup. I wanted the most I could get between the pickup and the strings. So I have the most possible ambience in between there to get more reactive feedback tones, So give it that ambience. Now, of course, this is all my own personal thing. There's lots of people that want it higher or lower or whatever, But I think I'm going to love this thing, even if it is made out of a Music Craft body and a Boogie Bodies neck from FU Tone. I'm kind of taking a shine to it. So
nice. Very good. Very, very good, man. Right on. Right on.
Nice job, Robbie.
Thank you, Mr. Grit. I know, Ron. It's not a Jackson.
I think Ron's frozen.
Frozen
Is he
again.
asleep? I think he's sleeping.
Ron.
Oh,
Something going on. Oh, there you are.
Oh, he's moving again. Okay.
It's got to be your
Tony,
internet.
did you get that video link I sent you? I
don't know.
I don't even want to go there right now. Did you get the video link I sent you with Ola England talking to Wolfgang?
Yes, I did. I did.
Did you watch it?
I did. I have not seen it yet. I've heard about it.
Okay, there was one thing in there. Well, there's one thing in there he said that kind of struck me funny. He said that his dad's favorite was basswood. That was his tonewood. And I'd never heard that before.
Maybe later on. Maybe later on in life.
I'd agree with you, Mr. Grit, And of course, Wolfie wasn't alive, in 82 to 85, so.
Yeah, I don't think that Ed was digging basswood in 81 and 78. I think that was a thing that came with the Ernie Ball era or the 1991 era when they started using the basswood and
Well,
yeah, he said that, and I was like, wow, I never heard that before.
Schechter was making artist bodies for people out of basswood, though. Artists would request, basswood bodies from Schechter. And you wouldn't be able to tell, who the body came from because he would paint it exactly like whatever was being replicated. And when you're on tour, you don't really want to bring your favorite guitar with you everywhere sometimes, And that was something that Schechter was doing at the time.
Well, this is just my opinion with regards to basswood, but after working at a manufacturing facility, I will tell you that basswood is a favorite for manufacturers because it's easy to work with. It's less laboring. It's going to sand quicker. It's going to contour quicker. And it is a tone wood, but at the end of the day, it is a quick to work with wood, and it's less laboring. So I mean that's why you see basswood used a lot to keep costs down. Number one, quick laboring, and and it's a decent wood to finish. There's not a lot of pore issues on that on basswood.
Go ahead.
If I had to pick a favorite wood, me personally, it would be alder. Alder's my go-to. Alder or poplar. Those be the two that I go with. In my opinion, maple's a little bright for me personally. I do have a lot of maple guitars, but I find myself throwing different pickups in them so I can get more of not as a bright tone, more of a mid-range out of them. So I've got to compensate with a pickup. Everybody's got their own thing. But I will say at the end of the day, I think that basswood for Edward started around maybe 91 through 95 with
right.
BB.
Exactly.
My opinion.
Well, this is basswood. This thing's basswood, and for me, it's heavy because my others are poplar, so they're lighter. So when I play with my teeth, they're easier to heft up. But with basswood, it's a warmer wood, and as you can see, I got away with using the orange drop ceramic capacitor.
I saw that today. Yeah, when you sent the pictures. Yep, I saw it today.
This does not need the oil filled because the basswood's warmer. Now alder, you're better off with the oil filled, and of course both were 022600 volt.
The oil filled?
Yeah, paper and oil filled.
It's paper and oil.
That's
capacitor.
Yeah, that's a warmer. That's a warmer capacitor. With alder, or certainly with maple, anything like that, you need the oil fill to try to get a little bit more warmth out of it. And like I said, it's wired right to the back of the potentiometer. It's not a treble bleed wire. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cheech, the answer's 3. Cheech asked me a question if I owned any acoustics. So I own 3. Sorry, I just wanted to get that in there before I forgot about it.
Cheech.
Somebody did say, it's funny because I watch a lot of guitar. My girlfriend sits there and she's probably like, how can you sit and watch this stuff all day long on your days off? But I can. I mean, I sit and watch these talk shows. Everybody's got their own thing. At the end of the day, everybody's got their own thing. So, I mean, I've got a sweet spot. We used to weigh every guitar before they went to QC at SIR. And we had to weigh every instrument. And then I bought the scale. I went and bought a scale and I started weighing all of my guitars. And the sweet spot for me is 8.1. The closest to 8.1 for me for a guitar, that's the guitar for me. And somebody commented in the chat that basswood is lighter. It is lighter, 100%. So sometimes those are good. Those are the best gigging guitars. When I would go play, when I was living in Temecula and I would gig, I would take my most comfortable guitars because I know I'm going to be standing up for 4 to 5 hours at 45-minute sets. And I wanted to have the more comfortable guitars. I wasn't going to the gig with Les Pauls, Yeah, that's just crazy.
Yeah. How many? Well, say that guitar you're holding there. That's a basswood.
This is basswood. You're correct. It's basswood.
I have one of those. Yeah.
And they're cool. I mean, like I'm not talking badly about basswood. I just know from a manufacturing perspective, I know that basswood is a go-to. Because it's cost, it's ease of working with the wood, and and it's easy to finish. So,
well, having to buy parts online, I learned how much stuff weighed because I wanted poplar bodies. So I knew that the poplar body, say in a Beretta body, was less than 4 pounds. It's 3.89 around. So if they weigh it, it's like 4 pounds, I know it's alder. Even if they say it's poplar, they're wrong. And that's one of the biggest thing when you're buying like parts and you're building a guitar and you're going to put, a couple grand into what you're doing. It's got to be the right wood. So, that and like the fingernail test in the neck pocket, you take your fingernail and push it on there and it makes a dent. That's poplar, right?
Yeah.
So
or basswood.
Well, basswood's a little heavier though.
Yeah.
And if you're talking Kramer bodies, you're not going to find any basswood. Just at the factory, no basswood was used to Kramers.
No. I agree.
Interesting.
I agree.
That's right.
Jeff Davidson.
Yes.
I just answered a couple questions. Sandoval's over 10 years old, and Cheech, I do a little bit, not very many.
Huh?
Answering questions that were asked in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Me. I just need to get a whiteboard, and I'll just put yes, no, whatever.
Yeah, I think the alder is the happy balance. In my opinion, I agree with G there. As far as like saying the alder, it seems to be the happy balance. I like alder's my go-to.
Please stop saying basswood. Hey, somebody got mad at me for saying my own name, so
at least they're not saying swamp ass.
Well, you get a different sound. Like my 85 has a different feedback reaction than the 5150 does. The poplar guitars have a little bit warmer to them, and of course, depending on the capacitor and how much signal strength you have, going into like an all-tube amp with no solid-state preamp whatsoever. Then they're going to sound a little bit different, and of course, your maple's going to be brighter. So even if you do put an oil fill cap in that thing, you've got to make sure that pickup is up against that body, that you use a piece of wood in there that hits the entire pickup and goes right to the body. No foam, no other stuff, actual wood. And that's what's going to get you some feedback out of that maple. It's never going to be killer like the 5150 or a little bit brighter and killer like the alder on the 85. but it's workable. It will be there. You might have to wait a half a second. A lot of times when I play it, I don't have a half a second to wait, but you can still get there with a decent amount of feedback. It's not going to be a feedback monster, but you could get there.
Not Visible says no shims. No shims.
No shims.
No shims.
Well, it depends where
That
you
was a
put
song
it
in the
shim.
90s, wasn't it?
That's
No
the
shims?
shim sham.
Ron, you got a question? Do you like heavy or light gauge strings on electric or acoustic?
Let's see. I usually do 9s on electric, and acoustic depends on the guitar. I did one. I did a Les Paul for a guy a couple weeks ago, and he sent me over a set of strings to put on it. Les Pauls I always like to put 10s or 11s on. He sent me over a set of 7s.
Oh,
I was afraid to tune the high E for thinking it was just going to snap off, but
Well, Billy Gibbons used 7s
and that's where he got the idea from.
His arthritis got so bad that he had to do that. That's one of the reasons why my guitars off super low action. They're so easy to play. They practically play themselves. Because I'm weak. I don't have any strength at all. Building this guitar today, it wiped me out. I barely had any strength to change that gong gut, which I had to do today too. And that by the time I was doing that, it was hot in here. I was sweating. So yeah, if you got arthritis like really bad, like Billy Gibbons does, you need all the help you get.
That's where he got the idea, because he saw an interview where he said that. And I'm telling you, I put that on there, and I was literally, I'm tuning the high E, tilting back, waiting for it to snap. And it was like thread.
Dang, that's got to be so easy to play.
It was, but it also was very tinny. Even with a 59 in the neck, it was still the normal warmth that you get was gone.
Didn't feel like that eventually go to. Wait a minute, is that a joke, G, or did you accidentally put that? Eventually go to. Are those? Man, those are some light strings, man. Wait, on the keyboard, what is that? That's 6. Did he eventually go to 6s? He's asking. Oh, there you go, 6s. Did they make those? What's the lightest strings they make? Oh my gosh. Let me just say though, I would think how heavy was that? A Les Paul heavy? Was that a Les Paul heavy? Was that a heavy Les Paul?
Yes.
Okay. I'm talking backwards. Okay, so that would be kind of that. Hey Ron, what do you think? Oh no. So
speak backwards sometimes, I.
Yoda, you say, huh? So I would think that's pretty weird. Playing a Les Paul that might be pretty heavy with super light strings. That'd be kind of a weird.
It just had a weird sound to it.
Well, you got to have a light touch too. It's like that SG I have that I file that neck crack out with a rasp. That is pretty sensitive guitar. You can't really play that aggressively. You got to be pretty. You got to be pretty light with your touch, and that with a string like that, I'd imagine that was the same thing. But when you're talking about Billy Gibbons, he's going to be light on his touch anyway because he doesn't have the strength in his hands to play. Really, really hard. Really, really hard on your frets and your strings.
I heard that Paul Gilbert's using 8s now. Paul Gilbert went to 8s, and Malmsteen's been using 8s for years. So Paul Gilbert is using 8s. He just said the other day, I was watching a podcast, he says using 8s right now.
Okay, I just Googled it. Yeah, the lightest strings are typically 8s.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're gonna get anything lighter.
8 to 38 is the, I believe it's 8 to 38. Or 8 to 40, yeah, 8 to 38 or 8 to 40.
Thanks.
I think it's 8 to 38 though. I got a buddy of mine who uses 8s, and I'm like, oh my god, man, how do you play this thing? I like tricking them. I just back off on the spring tension. I'll put 9s on and back off on the string tension so the bends are super smooth, And then he'll come over and go, "Are these 9s or 8s?" And I'd be like, "Oh no, those are 8s." And there's 9s on it.
They're 4.5s.
Easy on the hands. So what? I've never played a guitar with 8s. What is it? There's obviously they're smaller. So is it like
feels like there's not much there for me to grab for an 8, in my opinion. There's just not enough there for me to grab onto. But I do agree with Robbie. I think if you don't have the if the strength in your fingers, then that allows you to get the bend that you're looking to acquire. So.
Not visible. Thank you for the support, man. And I agree. It is awesome to listen to Rob. Robbie, Ron, and 40 Grit.
I was playing that Les Paul on a FaceTime video for him when I got it done. And he's like, "Go ahead and do some bends on it." And I'm like, "No, I don't want to snap the 7s."
Well, not just that.
I'm telling you,
if you go into a playing, like let's say for instance you string your guitar with 8s and you go to the gig, you're going to be going sharp all night. If you're used to playing 9s or playing 10s, you're not going to have control of that guitar.
You're overbending
because there's just there's nothing there. I mean, like for me,
there was like hardly any resistance on the 7 high E. It was like
you're bending 7 steps. In one bend, you could play at the top and you could just bend, and you're all the way at this note down here.
Yeah, Johnny, you said Yoda, right?
Yoda, yes.
Yeah, well, here in Ohio, there's Amish, so there's the mighty Yoder. He's the mighty churn master, Yoder.
I think it's.
Does he use 8s?
7s.
7s.
I think it's important to note that Billy Gibson's has all his guitars hollowed out. They're light as you could imagine. He has them all chambered for weight.
They've all been weight relieved?
Yes, because it's too much. He can't handle the weight because arthritis is a horrible disease. You hear it all over the place. It's not like the commercials say, "Oh, take this, I'm going to play tennis." No. I used to play golf. I can't play golf anymore. I can barely walk, man. On a good day, I can kind of hobble around a little bit. But, man, I'm only good for about half a day at a time. I make a music video. It better be right because there's no way I'm going to do it again, Yeah. Yeah, he has them all chambered and stuff, so.
When I was at Sir, standard was 10 to 46. Every once in a while, somebody would come through and said, "Hey, I'm sending my own strings," and they'd have some 9 to 42s. But I was probably one of the only 9 to 42 players inside that entire shop from the guys that played. They kind of made fun of me. They were like, you just haven't gotten hair on your chest yet with regards to having them. I'm like, hey, man, 9 to 42 for me works, I mean, but everybody
I love 9s.
Everybody was 10 to 46 at Sir. Nobody played 9 to 42. And hey, man, there's beasts inside those 4 walls. I mean, some of those sales guys, they would go in there and step in the QC booth and just let her rip. Chris Justice, one of the he was in charge of the amp department. I mean, that guy goes into the QC booth. I would just spin around in my chair and just listen. Because those guys, there's a lot of people there that are just fantastic players.
See, my son plays nothing but Schecters in his band, and I do all the stuff for them, and he uses 11s and 12s, and he's a lead guitar player, and I don't know how in the hell he does that, but he's only 30. He just turned 35, so you don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about arthritis yet, but. Yeah, they're doing everything in drop tuning too. So,
well, that would compensate though. Mick Mars played what 11s or 13s tuned down to D.
Yeah, I think so.
So at that point you're compensating. So really, at the end of the day, it's probably even. If you're going to 9 to 42 tuned standard and you're down a half step on 10s or down a full step on 10s, it's probably going to be the same tension. With regards to what you're looking to accomplish, it's just but now the guys are tuned standard and they're playing 10s, 11s, 13s, like Zach Wilde.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Zach Wilde said that he practices in E standard, in standard E with I think he said 11s. I mean, those are some strong.
Dang.
I mean, if
Yeah.
you want to do, that's some strong fingers right there. You're really putting some into them bends.
They only do 1 or 2 songs that's in E standard, and those have 12s on them.
Well,
And then most of the other ones, I mean, every other song is all drop. They even go into drop C.
Yeah.
So.
God bless.
Yeah,
I think you did have a good point when you said the heavier the guitar, the heavier the gauge. Because I've got Les Pauls that I put 9s on, they feel like they're 8s. So then I'll switch them out to 10s. There's something about that weight, that once you pick up a heavier guitar and you start getting on it, you're like, well, these kind of feel light. I'm going to go up to 10s.
That's what I mean. When I was done with that 7 and started playing it, I mean, I literally, I can't even explain it. I was shocked because first off, I'd never played 7s before, and now they're on a Les Paul, that weighed 13 pounds, and it's however much it weighed, and it was like this isn't right. But that's what he wanted, and the reason being, Robbie, you're right. The guy is just turned 55, and his hands are starting to cramp up, so that's why he wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Really, it inspired me to, basically change everything I knew about building guitars, and I started to remember stuff we did for Edward and applied it to what I needed to be able to play. For me to have any speed at all in playing, it's got to be extremely easy for the guitar to play. And that's really was my motivation to start building. And I've got to the point now where, you guys don't like to hear it, but I've got all the guitars I'll ever going to need. I mean, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm old, but I've got some guitars that play really well, actually all of them. And, I don't know how long I'm going to last to be able to do it. So it's kind of like writing music. I want to write as much music as I possibly can before, I wake up one day and all of a sudden I can't think straight or whatever. That day's going to come. Everybody gets old.
That'll be when Johnny shows up at your door.
Johnny will never
think straight.
Johnny will never come to my house. That's never going to happen.
Was that a gunshot? I may have a few of those over there somewhere.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of people talking about 9 to 42s, and there's a lot of tricks that you can learn with regards to, everybody's got their own, far be it for me to sit here and say, hey, this is the way it is. From everything that I'm talking about right now, it's what I prefer. Everything that I prefer. Okay.
Exactly.
So if you go on these guitars, so here, let me just show you guys something real quick. Like when I was talking on, I think the first time I was talking about, I'll spend an hour and a half on a guitar when I first start, when I first get it to make sure I go through everything. Okay. One of the first things that I'll change out is your blocks. I go to titanium blocks. FU Tone sells those. They're kind of pricey, but in my opinion, for your go-to guitars, really good, because if you're doing a lot of string changes, after a while, those blocks do give out. And you'll start breaking strings down here, or they'll start pulling out. You'll tighten it down, and they'll start pulling out because it's worn a groove in there. So titanium, I replace all the blocks with titanium. I'll replace the bolts up here with titanium bolts. Okay, but don't over tighten those if you go to do it, because remember, you're tightening into steel. So, and titanium's stronger, so you have to know how tight to get on those, so don't torque them. And at the end of my setup, I was shocked when I saw Robbie's distance from string to pickup. Yeah, because on my low E, I'm at 6/64, and on my high E, I'm at 4/64. That was Sir's setup, and that's what always worked for me. Again, what works for me? I measure on final fret, 22nd fret. 22nd fret at 3/64. 4/64 was Sir standard. 3/64 was low action. When a customer asked for low action, we set at 3/64. 3/64 has been my go-to ever since. And then the first thing you always want to check when you start working on your guitar is I always start from the neck down. Make sure all your tuners are tightened up. And then if you ever have a tuning problem, always check the nut first. The nut is usually the culprit with regards to any tuning issues. Okay, make sure you check in your your relief in the neck. Make sure you have just a little touch of bounce there. Some people will say to go perfectly straight. That's okay, but if you start bending on the neck, you're going to choke out. So I always recommend a little bit of bounce in the. I always recommend a little bit of bounce in that. And then finally, long story short, I take a bend on the G string, and I go 2 springs, 2 black Floyd Rose springs, and I usually upgrade to a 37 block because that gives me a little bit more weight. And then at the end, I will take my bend on my G string, and you'll see the bridge move just a little bit. And that's when I know I'm there. You can see it coming up just a little bit. Now, for me personally, that's what gives me my whammy response. It's not too tight. And a friend of mine told me that he had felt Ed's one time, and Ed's was very not tight with regards to tension, what the tension was. And you can hear it and you can watch how much effort he puts into it when he's playing live. He's not hitting too hard to get it that whammy bar to or that tremolo to respond. So based on that, that's just a quick setup thing for you guys. Just remember that I learned that from John, John and Mike Ponce primarily, the guys I worked for when I was at SIR. If you ever have a tuning problem on a Floyd Rose, check the nut first. Always check the nut first. The nut's usually the culprit. Make sure that it's seated. I've got a wood block that I run down after I tighten it up, and I whack it down. Make sure it's seated well against the first fret, because that, make sure there's no gap there or anything, because that will affect intonation. So, and then if you guys, we can talk about intonation if you want to. But George Lynch says that he never intonates his guitars. So, could probably do a whole show on intonation, really.
Wow. Never?
Yeah, he said that he's not too concerned about intonation. I'm extremely concerned about intonation when I'm playing with other players. If I'm the only guitar player, you'll probably be okay. If you're playing with other guitar players and you're not checking your intonation, you're gonna have a problem. So,
well, to be fair, the Floyd Roses I use from 82 to 85, all the string blocks are good, and they never get damaged. But back then, they were making a good product,
I put stainless steel in them. Stainless steel blocks, stainless steel screws. I'm going to go to the titanium eventually.
Hey, I got to tell you that I really enjoy what's his name, Adam Reaver, FU Tone.
Yeah,
guy's got a great site, man. I mean, I love buying stuff from that guy, and whenever he sends his coupons out, I'll make lists and wait till I get the coupon, and then I'll submit my order. But I always stock up on my titanium stuff because I always need it, and I've shown that to some of my clients that I've worked on their guitars, and made them believers as well. So I think the titanium's a really good upgrade as long as you don't torque on it. If you torque on it, you're going to have problems. But I think the titanium saddle inserts are a good idea, especially for your gigging guitar. And I think that the titanium blocks for your nut is good, just because I just think that sometimes people can get aggressive. I don't get too aggressive. I just like having the upgrade, knowing that I can grab that guitar and know that everything's cool. That I've gone through it. Maybe it's just kind of like one of those checklist things, going through my guitars. Okay, I'm going to upgrade this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. And then I upgrade these guitars and I work on them. They sit forever and I don't ever play them. So. I think some of the passion is just getting a guitar, seeing for me personally. I think a lot of the passion for me is I get the guitar, I see the issues with it, I'm going to buy it, I'm going to take it home, and I'm going to make it work. And I get it home and I make it work, and then it sits. And that's probably why I have 84 guitars. So.
Wow. And
I'm only 9 ahead of you. I'm in 93, so yeah. You'll catch
I don't have
up
any room
here
for anymore. I don't have any room for anymore. I got to be honest.
Believe me, I would love to have them all hanging around here, but my wife won't let me. I'm lucky to get the ones I got hanging up now down here.
All right, Holly, intonation is the relationship between where the string is on the nut to where it attaches into the bridge. So if you've got your string and you're going from where it goes into the block to where it goes into the nut. And this distance determines whether the note that you hit at the 12th fret is in tune with the note that you hit open.
Demonstrate. Show her the note, the open string and the 12th fret.
Right. So what I do is I take a tuner like this, and I put it on the headstock. Now, to be fair, I have not checked intonation on this guitar yet, but I'm pretty good at these Floyd Roses. Usually, when I assemble a Floyd Rose, it doesn't really need to be annotated. All right. So if I hit the high E, and we'll tune that. It's not locked, so I'll bring that up to tune.
Those aren't 7s, are they?
And no, they're 9s. So I got it on tune, and then I hit the E string here. Now this one is coming out sharp. So if it's sharp, what I have to do is loosen the string, loosen the saddle, and pull that saddle back until it's good. Oh, I might be wrong in that. Yeah, this is back. I can tell by looking at the bridge. I'm going to have to bring it back just a little bit until, then I tune it again. I tune the guitar, and of course, it takes a couple times. So, okay, I'm a little sharp, so we'll bring it back to E. We got the E on the tuner. Now I'm going to lightly hit the E string. You don't go really hard on it. And this time, it's saying it's good. Now, these are brand new strings. So, and let's just go ahead and check the whole thing. So if I go ahead and I get the B, we'll tune that B up because, this guitar has been together literally 3 hours. We'll get the B to stay in tune. The good old snark. Doesn't have to be super technical. There's lots of people. Okay, so I got B here, and I hit the B, and I'm getting it sharp again, but then when I test the tune to the string, it's also sharp, so it's still not like settled in. So we'll get it to stay in tune. Okay, it's a little sharp. Come on. Come on. Oh, too tedious here. Okay. Flash. There we go. Now hit the B string. And yes, this was intonated as well. Now we'll try the G. And the whole thing is you got to test it when it's in tune. And okay, let's see. We get this G in here. I'm not going to be surprised if this thing is intonated because I've been doing these Floyd Roses for a long time, since 1982. And I know where the saddles are supposed to go. If the posts are in the right spots and the nut is installed correctly, of course. And come on, Mr. G. Okay, here we got the G holding, and we try it. And what's wrong with you? We went sharp again.
An easy way to remember the sharp is people, obviously some people in here are not going to understand what you're talking about. When you move the saddle back, when you're sharp, you move it away from it. So the easiest way to remember that is sharp, run away. If it's sharp, you go away from it. So when his finger's on the 12th
like
fret,
a guy with a sharp knife.
Yeah. And when his finger's on the 12th fret, and if the note's coming up sharp, you have to pull the saddle away from the 12th fret. So just remember, if it's sharp, it goes away.
Yeah. And I just want to.
Sharp is back.
I want to show.
Back.
All right, Holly. Okay, this guitar is not. It's a little out of tune, but yeah, basically what he's telling. We're all gonna demonstrate this.
I'm not demonstrating it. You guys are doing a great job.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
And believe it or not,
basically,
this thing is intonated right.
I would really feel bad, John, if you had to stripe one too, because I don't have one.
I've done it again.
Oh, a striped guitar.
Look at where these saddles are. You see where the saddles are? See how the small
Well, Holly
saddles,
probably doesn't. Well,
the small saddles.
Holly
are
doesn't know what
just a little
saddles are. Probably.
Just a little over the edge of the base plate. The rest go on that second one. and they usually go a little bit further away the further you go
She's
up.
yelling at the screen right now.
Well,
Oh, there's Zora back there. Hi, Zora.
the one thing you have to remember is if the the one thing that's important about intonation is don't ever. When I was working for John, I could go back to my assembler's desk and pull all the Floyd Roses out for the day that he was going to be putting on, and I could eyeball it. I could eyeball the saddles because I had done so many guitars that are done off the same CNC machine. I knew where the saddles were going to land on the Floyd Roses. Okay, so I would just go back there and I would break them and set all 6 of them or 7 of them where I knew they were going to land. And I was super close, even on tellies. But the most important thing about that is don't ever ballpark on any guitar because you don't know if the 2 posts are in the right place on every guitar. I've seen crooked posts on Kramer's. I've seen posts that are up too far.
Are those ones Robbie worked on?
I knew that was going to get a reaction.
You know, I've seen posts that are back too far. So if you see, like on my '84 Beretta, the high E saddle hangs off the Floyd Rose. So what does that say, Robbie?
Well, it says that post is probably a little bit too.
Means Robbie built that guitar on a Friday.
It's a little off. So, but you have to remember, back in those days, it was template. It wasn't CNC.
Exactly.
Now they can do CNC, you know.
But that's not the way to build a guitar. And Kramer did that to save money. Mm-hmm. What you really want to do is bolt that neck on, really tighten that pocket. This neck in this pocket is super, super tight. This thing's so tight it won't move at all. I had to rubber hammer it in, you know? And what I did in pre-assembly is do that first and then set where the Floyd goes. Then you drill your holes for your post. So
somebody had said that's correct. You want to make sure that your neck's seated all the way forward so that your posts go in the correct position. Somebody had said earlier in the chat that shouldn't all strings be taken to full tension before you start intonation? I will tell you that intonation is the last thing that you should do on a guitar on a setup. So you should have a tune standard. And you should have your relief correct. You should have your nut checked. You should have everything good to go. And the intonation should be the last thing you do on the guitar.
Yeah. Let me say something real quick. Holly, do you understand what intonation is? Because was she the one that asked the question? And I don't know if it's been explained what intonation actually is. It's basically where the guitar is in tune with itself. So the quickest way I can demonstrate, I'll demonstrate it real quick.
Open or fretted?
Quick is yes. Okay, so the 12th fret right here. These silver things. These are frets. Not everybody knows what a guitar is. These are frets. Okay, the fingerboard is in between the frets, and these are the dots. Okay, so the 12th fret, which is underneath the double dots there, that's the easy way to remember. You got the open string. This is what I was trying to get Robbie to do earlier. You hit like an open string.
Yes, Holly.
And then you fret the string at the 12th fret. See, it's the same note. So the way you tell is you play the harmonic, and then you play the note. And it should be the same. That's intonation. That's how you can tell. You can hear that.
Correct.
And I just got this guitar intonated, so it better be intonated. It better be right.
The Axe just said that Eddie's guitars were messed up. Eddie's were messed up because he was the only guitar player in the band, and everybody tuned to Ed. Ed walked in the studio, and he told Mike would ask him to hit an open E, and everybody tuned to Ed. That's why on some of the recordings, they're not tuned to 100%. They tuned to Ed. You know, Ed tuned up, and then everybody tuned to Ed. So sometimes it wasn't 100% perfect on the tunings. Like, I think, just for instance, one of them's running with the devil, right? Isn't the B flat or the B sharp or the G, one of those strings is sharp or flat because, that's just the way that they didn't tune up before they played. They just tuned to Ed's ear. So,
right, it's the B string, yeah.
The B, yeah. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to play along with a lot of the albums and some of the older ones, and I would just kind of jam along, and it would go song to song, and every once in a while I'd get to a song, and I'd be thinking, oh, my guitar is out of tune, but it wasn't me. It was the song was in a slight different tuning.
No epoxy, no epoxy X.
Right. Not Visible said, what about truss rod adjustment? You said to get that right first. So again, whenever I set up a guitar, I start at the neck. I start at the headstock. I work my way down. In Phoenix, a dry climate, so I'll check all the tuners because the tuners are always loose out here. You know, we got some shrinkage out here, so I'll tighten all the tuners up. Strings are off. Restring. I'll take the. This is all Floyd Rose talk. I mean, I don't have very many non-Floyd Rose guitars. I'm a Floyd guy. You know, take my string tree off, make sure my nut's seated well, make sure it's centered well. And then, yes, you're going to want to check your neck relief once you get everything tuned up to pitch. Don't start checking neck relief until everything's tuned to pitch.
Don't start tapping.
Yeah. And then one other thing that was a huge stickler of John Sear's was string alignment. This will drive me nuts. If I'm not even on both sides, if there's not an even amount between the two, that's called your string alignment. From your high E and your low E, that's called string alignment. Okay, some of them are off, like way off. One will be cocked. You'll have no play on your low E. And I'm going from Sir standard. You know, John Sir taught me a lot of stuff. But if it's going to be heavy on any side, you want it to be heavy on the high E side. Because if you don't have anything on this side, you'll be sliding off when you're playing. So if you're going to be heavy on one side, be heavy on the high E. Don't be heavy on the low E, because it's going to push you off the fretboard. It's going to look like this. It's going to be over, and then your string alignment's going to be off. So string alignment's super important for me. One thing I really pay attention to. Easy way to kick it. You guys have questions about kicking the neck angle. I know how to do all that stuff, and I'm sure these guys do too. But I'm kind of happy we're having this conversation tonight, because I love talking about technical guitar stuff, because people have always been really cool to me. When I was young, nobody taught you anything with guitars. They just took your guitar and did whatever they wanted to on it. And and then later on in life, I bumped into some people that actually would show me how to do stuff. And I like talking about this stuff, but string alignment is super important. But yes, when you start doing your setup, you want to start at the headstock, in my opinion. Again, this is just me, not everybody else. But and then work your way down, because if you work your way down, this is the last thing you should do, your intonation. So, and then you look back up here. Oh my God, did I? If you start here and you work all the way down, you've touched everything that's important. So,
yeah.
Now, of course, I sand my neck relief into the neck, because that's what Edward told me to do at the factory that day. So all my necks are straight.
Yeah.
That's
There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's got their own thing, Robbie, for sure.
And, you talk about string alignment. Now, obviously, this one's right, and with 5 pre-assemblies, I had plenty of time, to do that. I was thinking I'll get it really close into the camera so you could see it.
Let's see the 22nd fret.
Do you have a fish lens? Do you see how the neck's looking like it's warped? That's really weird.
It is.
At any rate,
It is.
What happened at Kramer was, because it was all templates, and they used the templates to router out the neck pockets too, they left play to be able to move the neck to get the string alignment correct. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's another thing that I did not agree with, but they're trying to make money. They want guitars out the door.
Mm-hmm.
This way, they could do it. You could move the neck and tighten the screws a little bit. And, I guess if I get really close to the camera, I fisheye. I don't know.
Yeah, that was weird.
But that's just like the template for the Floyd Rose.
Wait, I
the,
have one.
The template for the route for the Floyd, the template for the studs for the Floyd, and it's all designed so you can move it around and tweak it,
Yeah.
So that's probably why you've seen some that are off. Personally, the stuff that I buy is really old from, the beginning, and most of the quality was a little bit better then.
Louis Villarreal's in the chat. Did you get your strings? I bailed all that stuff on Wednesday, so I want to make sure that Louis got his strings. I know that Alice said that she got her picks. Ryan, you can comment too if you got your picks, but I mailed all that stuff out on Wednesday, so hopefully you guys got it.
Oh, I'm catching crap because of that. Look, you guys, there's not a massive bow in this net.
You're catching crap?
Oh, I got the tuners in the way here. Look, that's in off there. But, I mean, it's straight. Absolutely straight. There's no bow in it. You think I can get action this low? You see how low these strings are?
Yeah, that action looks pretty low.
All my guitars are like this, so I can play them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super, super low. I know when I'm assembling a guitar, I'm on the right track. If I put the Floyd Rose on and before I get it to float, none of the strings play. The whole string frets out. Once I get that Floyd to float, then it's fine. That's when you know it's about as low as you could possibly get it. That's a good feeling when that happens.
I have a fish lens here. I used to put on my phone. I'm wondering if I can use it with this. Not really.
Johnny.
You look like a guppy.
Weird.
Maybe a beta.
Let me see. That case is too big.
Oh, hey, I could show this. They gave us, when I first walked into, when I first started working at Sir Mike asked me if I had a ruler, and I said, well, I've got one of the Stu Mac rulers. He goes, this is what you want right here. Let's see here. And it's a 64s. It's a 64s. Yep. And we would just check. John measures off final fret, so you just check. I'm at 3. I'm on 3, and I see 3 for low E. So on 4 for high E, and then C4, you would see the 4th notch on low E. So on 4, C4 is Sir, and then low action, which we used, was 364, so you would just bounce off that. And these are also great for checking your pickup height. You just check your pickup height, fret it, and then check your pickup height on high E, low E. Like I said, I'm at 6 and 4, 6 on low E, and 4/64 on high E.
Nice. Peggy is asking, is your phone dead? Whose? Mine?
40 did not receive the strings yet.
Okay, yeah, he'll be getting those. Mike, not yet if you ask me about picks, but yeah, I mailed that stuff on Wednesday, so hang tight. You guys will be getting your stuff. I know that Alice got hers, but it was going from Phoenix to California, so they probably got theirs a little quicker. She probably got hers a little quicker. So, 40 grit. What are the bumblebee and the black and white behind you? Hold on. The black and white I got from Dane at Zim's Guitars. Shout out to Dane. I went back. I traded in an amp, and my son-in-law has been watching this, and he's gotten into building guitars or wanted to play guitar. So I lent him my amplifier, and I was like, well, now I don't have a garage amplifier. So I went back over to Dane's and bought the amp back I had traded in. So shout out to Dane over at Zim's Guitar. He's got a great shop, and but the white and black is an EVH. The black and yellow is an art series.
You are so lucky to live so close to Dane's shop, because if I was there, I would be there all the time.
Yeah, we got to. I caught him right as he opened the other day. I was out there and I went in and got to hang out with him for a few minutes. We talked shop for a little while, and then I got a T-shirt for tonight, and we had talked some business, and I said I'd like to have my amp back. So, and I got my sticker, Johnny. I got my sticker.
Oh, you got one of the big ones. That's good.
Yeah. So
he's got really tiny ones too.
Yeah. Oh no, he's Hey man, if you guys are in Phoenix area, make sure you go check out Dane. He's cool, and he's got a really cool shop. And like I said, total nostalgic when I walk in there, because back in Michigan we had a place called Dr. Guitar. It was on the corner of Ford Road and Merriman, and we would just go in there and hang out. All the high school kids are in there playing, and that's probably what's going on at Dane's shop when high school gets out. 'Cause he's right next to a high school, so he's got a bunch of kids in there inspiring a bunch of kids to play, and that's cool. But yeah, this is an art series, and this was owned by a celebrity. I bought this at the Temecula, California Guitar Center. I don't know what year it was, but it was somebody from The Matrix. Somebody from the movie The Matrix had traded it in. And they said, well, that's celebrity owned. And they wanted a bunch of money for it. And I said, I'm not paying you for somebody. I'm not paying you for somebody from The Matrix. I mean, the only cool
somebody that worked on the movie?
No, it was one of the actors in the movie. But it wasn't Keanu Reeves. So I said, if it wasn't Keanu Reeves, I'm not paying you anything for it, So, yeah, this one just hangs.
Maybe it was his.
I'm going to be honest. I've never even seen the movie. I know that Keanu Reeves is in it. But yeah, this is an art series. And had it for a long time, man. I've had this guitar for a super long time. So not a scratch on her. So she just hangs, just like all these. So I was going to go over some EVH guitars. You want to talk about some EVH guitars? Robbie, is that okay if we talk EVH?
You can do whatever you want, man.
Is that right, Robbie?
I want people to see your guitars, man. It's cool.
Is that cool? Is that cool, Robbie? Is that all right? Yeah. I don't know what's going on there, man. I don't know what's going on.
That's crazy.
Who's sending these in? Who is this?
It's probably
That
Atomic
is crazy
Punk.
talk.
Is that Atomic Punk? Oh my
It's probably
gosh.
Atomic Punk again.
Look at this. Here's another one.
Actually, when 40 Grit's talking, he looks like Steve Vai.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of, huh?
Yeah. You just need to be holding a gem in your hand.
There's another one. He sent a whole
pictures look good, you know that?
He sent a whole bunch of these things in. Oh wait, that might be all of them. and then who else? Somebody sent something else in. Peggy. James and Peggy, if you can't see it, I will send another one. I'm at home. What? Look at this. Oh, cool. Look at this. They're sending photos of their guitars.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
We got a Music Man. Right there. Very cool.
I'm sorry. Somebody said here there's no Guitar Center in Temecula. Sorry, Marietta. It's in Marietta, right off the... it was in Marietta, so that's where I got it.
There's their amplifiers right there. Nice. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, feel free to send photos in. We usually have a number on the screen, but when you have 4 people, it blocks the things. But there you go. There's another one being sent in tonight. That's a very nice one.
At least I'm not Blanche.
Who is? I can't tell what's going on.
That would be 40 Grit.
Wow.
I never watched that show. Was it good?
Oh, it was hilarious. Yeah.
Out of
Man.
93 guitars, I only have 4 of them that don't have Floyd Rose. Am
There
I
you go.
Pete Venkman?
That's a nice one.
Can I comment to G? I don't want to mispronounce his name, but the G's commenting about
Butchnoff.
where I bought the guitar. Bushnoff, G Bushnoff. I bought that. It's off
Butchnoff.
Cal Oaks. It's off Cal Oaks. There's a steakhouse on the corner right there by the Murrieta Guitar Center, and I used to gig at that steakhouse. So I forgot what the steakhouse is called. But
You would gig at a steakhouse?
Yeah, they
Free
had a
food,
huge patio on the back, man. I mean, it was really cool. And we actually played New Year's Eve there, and we had a good following. I was in a band called Detour in Temecula. I was in Left on Latham, and I was in Flathead Six. I was in quite a few bands during my. We used to play Temecula Wine and Beer Garden. That was a place that was difficult to get into. We had no problem getting in there. So, but I think everybody liked it that I played Eruption. The bartender said, "Oh, you guys tonight, you're the Eruption guy. You'll play Eruption tonight, right?" And I said, "I'll play Eruption tonight." So I would.
And you got a free steak?
No, that was at Wine and Beer Garden.
Oh,
But I would start set 3 with Eruption, and then we go into You Really Got Me. That was the 10 o'clock set. Around that time, everybody's waking up and everybody's got their drink on, and even if you played it terribly, which I wouldn't do. But even if you played it terribly, people didn't know if you were playing it good or not because they were 3 sheets to the wind by then. So,
Hey, G, I live here too.
see ya, Atomic Punk. Good night.
Hey, see, G says he lives here. I live here too.
Oh, nice. I live here.
I do live here. I live right here.
Yeah.
hey, let me pull out a Wolfgang.
Hey.
Cool. Let's see. All right. I'll be right back. But yeah, talk about that guitar. That's, oh my gosh.
So this is a custom shop. I was trying to look up how many of these were made. So anybody in the chat, super heavy guitar. I think this one weighs in at about 11 pounds. But these were the Les Paul. These are a set neck, Les Paul style EVH. And this one is number 94, I think, with my glasses. But these are they didn't do too many of these. I think Mammoth, the guitar player from Mammoth, has one of these. He sent it to Chip Ellis. Chip Ellis had thinned the neck down and reliced it out, made it look really super cool. I don't have the intention of doing that, but these are pretty expensive now, kind of difficult to come by. But I figure I'd pull this one out tonight, show you guys. Pretty cool guitar.
I like that.
Yeah, these are the custom shop, the EVH Wolfgang custom shop. So super thick body. Somebody just said super thick body. Man, look at that. This thing's a beast. It's just super heavy. Super heavy. But sounds great. I mean, I've used this guitar a couple times. Never played, never gigged with it. But, I mean, the bends are like butter on this thing. Just super, super duper easy. You guys can see I got that the white standard right there. That's a 2009. That was the first run. So they did white, they did black, and they did the sunburst. Those were the first run. This black one that I have here is a super low serial number for first run. And this one plays just effortless. You've got an early one because both the volume and the tone are low friction. As they got older, as they kept going, as they started getting, as the manufacturing started stepping up, they started putting a high friction pot in these because live, which I've experienced playing these live, your tone knob will roll off a little bit. You're kind of playing with it all the time. So They put high friction pots in these later on, but if you have a super quick, it's a low friction on your tone. That's a very early first run Wolfgang, and the that one up there has low friction as well. If you guys can find one of these, I would recommend snagging it, because probably the best bang for the buck. This was the Japanese Wolfgang, the made in Japan. These guitars were built with 100% USA parts, USA pickups, USA parts, bird's eye neck, the Hard Rock Maple two-piece, and no angle, just straight, just like a special flat top. But these are superior craftsmanship, made in Japan, and this thing plays like a dream. And you'll save yourself probably these days $2,500, $3,000 just by going with the special, which, in my opinion, not a $3,000 difference if you can find one of these to go to the Archtop USA. There's not a $3,000 swing there to where you're going to be gaining something by spending $3,000 more. If you happen to stumble on one of these, I see them on OfferUp and Craigslist every once in a while. Definitely snag it if you see it. I got this one locally here, and this one plays really good. There's a guy out in near my son's house in Simi Valley that has one, and he's proud of it. And I think he wants about $1,500 for it. But even at $1,500, it's probably still a win. So,
wow. What is that? I'm sorry, I just got back. Which one is that?
This is the special.
Is that Japan or China?
Japan.
Oh, dude.
This is the one you want.
I do want that one.
This is the Japan special. If you're going to get a special, get the Japan. So,
I actually have a hardtail of that one. The Japan.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Do you play it? Is it over there?
It's over there.
Well, you never break them out, man. It's the same. that tremolo guitar you play all the time. What's that one called you play all the time? The what's that bridge?
The Vega-Trem.
The Vega-Trem. That's the only guitar you play. You got to break out your Wolfgang for Sunday, man, and play through that amp. Play through that little Japanese amp you got.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. Check this out. I showed this. Where is it? Oh, it's back there. Was that last night? Somebody sent me somebody in Japan. They had redone one of those micro stacks. You know, the EVH. Check this out. Let me hang on. I'll be right back. I'll grab this. Let me show you guys this if you didn't see it. This is really cool.
I believe the values on those pots are 500 and 250. I know for sure the volume's 500. It may be a 250 or 500. I don't know. RJ Sizzle and Steer. That's it. RJ Sizzle and Steer. Yeah, I used to play there on the porch.
Look at this thing.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
So it's an EVH, but it's made to look like a PV. It was a gift. Number 15. The guy made 15 of them, and it's a friend from Facebook, from Japan.
So you got the last one.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe he made more of them. Maybe this is just number 15 of however many he made, I guess. I don't know. But very cool. Dude, you got the guitars.
So this is a gold top. This is a gold top PV. Very early serial number, patent pending on the headstock. Nice figure on the back of the neck. The cool things about the gold tops is they had the maple cap. So if you got a gold top, you got a maple cap. All the translucents had the maple cap, and if you got a gold, you got the maple cap. If you got a solid color, you didn't get a maple cap on the PV Wolfgangs. But this is a PV Wolfgang. It's kind of sad, man. I sold a lot of my PV Wolfgangs off once the EVHs came off because I just felt that Ed kept graduating. They kept getting better and better. You know, I kind of was on the Ed bandwagon, believing that the EVH stuff was better. I would say that they all have their place, especially after having, my God, I think I had 4 Ernie Ball Van Halens at one time and I sold them. just because I don't know why I did that, but I wish I wouldn't have, because I have zero intention of buying another one now. That one's an Axis, so it's not an EVH, it's an Axis that my son saw on Craigslist in San Diego, and I had him go get it for me. So yeah, if you got the Eddie Van Halen Wolfgang, man, good job. Or the Music Man. Johnny's got one. Yeah, if you got one of those are nice.
I have
so.
one.
Yeah.
I got one. I've had it since '92.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to pay for that because in my opinion, I'm just not comfortable playing those. Are pretty small guitars. They're cool for, Eddie was super small. If you ever had the chance to meet Edward, I met him at NAMM show. He's a very small individual. I grew up being 6'1" and putting my Strat on me going, why does my Strat look so small and it looks so big on Edward? It looks cool on him. It doesn't look cool.
He was taller than me.
Yeah, he was super.
He was tall. He was tall. That was us in 2014.
Yeah, Johnny, you must be pretty short then, bro. Because he was a little guy.
I'm 3 foot.
Yeah, he was a little guy, man. I bumped into him at NAMM show, and I was like, man, he's a little guy.
I think he was like, well, I'm 5'6" or 5'7", so he must be like 5'8".
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, that was 2014. That was at a friend's party. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's 5'7".
Yeah,
I think it was 5'7". I was taller than he was at the factory, and he was very slight built. He was not really muscular. He was lean and mean, if you will.
My son's asking me in the chat if the gold one went to Cabo. I had a white Wolfgang that went to Cabo. All the pictures. And by the way, this week I'm going to go to my storage unit and pull the pictures from Cabo when I played at Cabo because they're in storage. I'm going to pull those out, and I'll probably have them if you want to have me on next week. I'll probably go pull them out. And then because there's some cool pictures of me playing. I took a white Wolfgang Standard and I took a white Wolfgang Special down there with me when I played. So I got pictures of me playing those guitars. So gold did not make it. So
stop asking if you're going to be on next week. You are part of the panel on Saturday.
No, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it like that. I never want to assume anything. It's never good to assume, Robbie.
Yeah, Robbie. I might not even be here, so I don't know.
Oh, it wasn't Johnny Beane with no Johnny Beane. That'll be something.
This show is going full AI at some point, so it could be a robot and not me. Whoops. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Ryan's saying that Edward was extremely athletic. I think you have to look at what year was that. When I saw him in '84, when I saw him in '82, he didn't seem very athletic. But like I say, he was a very cool cat, and
no, for sure,
he appreciated me not, fawning all over him and whatnot. I think that's one of the reasons why he kind of trusted me to work on stuff. And, at the factory, they were all like, "It has to be done this way. It has to be done that way." And they stuck to that, and I think that he was right, and I still do the stuff he does.
I got at that NAMM show that I went to. Let me see if I can. I'm going to try something. I haven't done this, but if you guys see up there, you see that picture up there from the 1998. It was the Wolfgang Special poster.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's signed by Ed. And I walked up to him and I said, he said, "Hey man," and I go, "Hey Ed, I just want to let you know that I spent my whole life, following you, and I just want to thank you for everything." He goes, "Yeah, man, no problem. What do you want me to say?" And I go, "Keep rocking." And he goes, "Okay." And he goes, how about keep rocking and rolling?" He goes, "Nah, how about keep rolling and rocking?" So it says on there, it says, "To Mike, keep rolling and rocking," and it's signed Edward Van Halen. So.
Oh, cool, man.
And if I get into my storage unit, this is going to be the giveaway for next week. I have
that poster?
I have some of those in storage.
Signed?
Unsigned posters in storage from the 1998 NAMM show.
That's still cool.
So,
yeah, Ryan, hey, man. In concert on stage, he was phenomenal. Absolutely. Let's see.
Wow.
Danny Jacks thinks I'm wrong about yesterday's Mars Telecaster. Fine, Danny. That's fine. Call me wrong. I don't care.
Wrong Stingle.
You know, we actually made those at the factory as a production line guitar, and that is not one of them. There's a lot wrong with that, a whole lot. If you go ahead and buy it, go ahead.
Will you set it up for him if he buys it?
I ain't working on a guitar for him. Not gonna happen.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
You know, I mean,
Oh,
you know more than I do. Then that's fine, Danny. Go ahead.
The gauntlet has thrown.
I'm just trying to help people not buy these things that people want all this money for, and they know what they're talking about.
wait, was that the mirror telly that was like $3,000?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's too much. Even if it was legit, that's too much.
I picked that because I thought it was. We got into it, and there's so much wrong with that. It was sad. I thought finally here's one that we did. You know, one of these production lines that we actually did back then. But no, you don't have a 85 Lucido neck on a whatever 89 guitar or whatever. No, and the guitars he played at that time were all pointies. You could call up Kyle at Dive Bomb. He does replicas of a guy that's in a cover band that does all Motley Crue, and every year he gets another guitar because they go into another phase of mix, playing
Era.
And right, and he calls me and he talks to me. He says, Robbie, is this headstock right? Is this the right one? He talks to me about
Let me
this
see.
stuff.
Mick Mars. Well, let's just call Mick Mars right now and ask him. Who has his number? Let's see. Telly. That's a Kramer Telly. Well, I mean, yeah, he probably had a bunch of different ones.
Sorry to hear sirens going off, Holly. Hope you're all right. I hate when that happens.
I think she was talking about it in here.
I don't know. She's in Oklahoma, so it could be tornadoes.
When you talk siren, we're very serious. You talk sirens in Oklahoma, that's tornado warning. That means possible tornado on the ground.
Yeah, I dealt with that in Michigan.
Yeah, I don't like tornadoes.
All right, it's cool, Danny. I'm sorry.
I'll take earthquakes any day over a tornado.
Danny,
Yeah, Danny.
I know you love the guy. I know you'd love to have something legit. It's like when I get people calling me or messaging me, is this a real Grail? And it's like I'm machine gunning their hopes to hell because I'm like, well, no, it's not. This is a ripoff. People are trying to charge you $15,000 for a Grail. That's almost like a warning sign to begin with. As a real Grail, I'll probably go for $20,000. But if it doesn't have the stamp on the heel, if it's not made out of the right parts, it's not a Grail. That's all there is to it. It has to be legit. Oh, here we go. Oh, I thought you had another guitar there, Mr. Grit.
No, that's how I broke out tonight. I went through I pulled some EVH stuff out tonight. I did have a Black Wolfgang special. I was going to pull that out and say, hey, I've got this, and I wasn't able to go get the posters today, but I will do a giveaway next week of the Wolfgang special posters. And I think I do have the black and white one from that. There's a black and white one of him holding a Wolfgang. There's the Wolfgang special one, and there was also the 5150, the 5150 combo poster. Which, have you guys seen that one? Do you know which one I'm talking about?
The one where he's standing on it?
Yeah, he's got his knee up on it, his leg up on it. Yeah, so I've got those too. So I'll break those out this week. Maybe we'll do some cool giveaways with that stuff next week because I'm not going to need that. I mean, that stuff's been in a poster tube since 1998. I don't think I want to need all that stuff. So.
Absolutely, Danny. I see one.
Very nice.
I'll send it to Mike. He'll send it to you. And G, you're absolutely right. Stars are so small. Charles Bronson was. I've actually seen Chuck Norris several times. He lives in the outskirts of Norman. And, I mean, He was kind of like Eddie Isk, although he's buffer, but he's a real small guy too. And when you see him, you're like, wow, I can't believe this guy could like kill me 6 days from Sunday in like 3 seconds, you know. But so yeah, absolutely. A lot of these guys were very big, you know. You look at Yul Brynner, especially. If any of you guys remember Yul Brynner, you know he did The King and I musical. He was in the Ten Commandments. He was the Pharaoh.
Future World.
He was yes. That was dang, I can't remember the name of that. I can't remember that excellent movie he was in. Where he was the robot. He was very short. I mean, very short. He had to stand on like boxes when they filmed scenes. All the people had to wear like flat shoes, especially the women. You know, Westworld. That's the name of that movie. Westworld. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely right, man. Absolutely right.
I have one to show that has nothing to do with Kramer or Eddie Van Halen, other than the fact that it's red. If you want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Well, that's a cool guitar, man.
Oh my goodness.
What's on the inlay? What is that?
Is that Chuck Norris?
It's a little devil.
Oh, that's cool, man. Cool inlays.
It is it's a Jeff Watson from the band Annihilator, and he's also a comedian. It's his signature guitar.
Another Jeff Watson?
Yeah. And it's called the Annihilation.
Oh, wow.
And it's an Epiphone. It's exactly what he plays, and it's got it doesn't have Epiphone pickups in it. It comes with the Jackson Jackson. Sorry, Robbie. And it comes with Gibson pickups in it.
Calm
USA
down, Robbie.
Gibson. USA Gibson.
That's fine. That's fine. You know, it's not. I know you've got like 175 Jacksons. You know, that's cool. I have one. I have a Charvel. I'm giving it away because, you know.
Tonight?
No,
Hey.
I'm giving it to a friend's son. I'm sending out to him.
So what I like about this, it's got a little kill switch in it. I only own 4 that do not have Floyds on. This is one of them. The 59 Les Paul's another one, but I only have the one that's got the kill switch in it. So it's kind of neat. Different, sounds good, plays great. It's got a really thin neck in it on it. It doesn't have the thicker Gibson style neck. Grover's on it, so it's kind of a neat guitar. Sounds really good. Got the only thing I wish they would have done, if you see these like little indentations here, I wish they'd have done those in black. Just a little indentation.
What's that for?
It's just a design on the body.
Huh. Interesting.
But I mean, leaving them red, they're kind of, you know, unless you look at them a certain way, you don't see them. But if they just would have did it black on the inside, it'd been pretty neat.
It probably would have looked better black. You know, the guy who taught me how to build guitars used to always say, if you can't hide it, highlight it.
Yeah, there you go.
And it would look better as black. You know what I'm saying?
But it's actually kind of neat guitar. I really like it. They were like 800 or 900 new, 800 I think. Now they're on reverb for like 11, 12, just like everything else.
Wow.
Nice low action.
Nice.
I like
Very
it nice
nice,
and low
man.
too. So yeah, I can't. I traded a AR-15 trigger for this guitar.
That's
Even
cool.
Cheech asked if I was a sniper, and if I answered that, I'd have to kill him. So.
Oh, no.
But I do. You know what? I know this is a guitar show, but
Is it?
to answer Cheech's question real quick.
Here
my
comes the
God.
strike.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if we
We're
can
gonna-
show
we're
that.
gonna Shut down for this.
That was just real quick. That was
Don't
real
matter. It don't matter.
quick. Why you get a strike for that?
They've destroyed
YouTube.
shows for nothing. YouTube's on the warpath.
No. Don't even talk about any of that. It's fine. It's
All right.
Right.
Wait, Hal, that was just, I don't know what that was. It just flew by.
Guitars.
But in Ohio, we're free.
No, it's all good. It's not real. That's right. That wasn't real.
That's a water.
Hey, I was going to ask Ron, what's your favorite
Squirt.
Gibson pickup?
I'd have to say it's probably the PAF.
Did he say Ron or
Either one.
Oh, okay.
he asked him the question, not you?
Go ahead. Go
Sorry,
ahead.
man. Sorry.
I really, as far as Gibson goes, don't crucify me for this. I'm not a real Gibson fan. I mean, the only reason I had the 59 Les Paul is because it was my dad's. He bought it new, and I still have it. And this, that's like the only two Gibsons. And out of 93 guitars, it's the only two Gibsons, or well, one Gibson and one
Wow.
Epiphone.
93.
Yeah, the rest of them are Jacksons and Charvels and BC Riches. So,
Robbie.
I did. Okay, go ahead.
What?
What's your favorite pickup? Gibson.
Yeah, I like the old PAFs, like what came in my double deck that I bought in 1980, or really what's in the SG I got in '84. The only problem is they didn't wax pot them, so if they wax potted them, I'd probably like them more. But it's an 8.0 output, and it's not going to be a feedback monster or something. Not the kind of feedback I like, But as far as Gibson pickups, they did make some Alnico 2, mostly Alnico 3s. They went in Alnico 4 also. So most of the Gibson pickups you get are Alnico 3 magnets. So it'll be a little bit brighter.
I've got a Les Paul Studio with a 500T, and it reads 15.3, and it's an Alnico 5 for sure, and yeah, I think it is, and that's a great pickup. That's my favorite Gibson pickup. The 500T is a great pickup. So if you're looking for a hotter pickup in a Gibson, try the 500T.
I'm a Seymour Duncan fan.
You're a Duncan guy?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Robbie, are you a Duncan guy or a DiMarzio guy?
Oh, Duncan all the way. I had a DiMarzio once.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be wound by Marcela Juarez, man, and she's going to retire. She's going to retire here before too long. You ain't going to be able to get Marcela wound custom shop 78 Alnico 2 staggered winding,
Who is that, Robbie?
Marcela Juarez.
Hi, this is MJ from the Seymour Duncan NAM 2023 in Anaheim, California. You're watching Johnny B.
Johnny B.
Johnny Beane, okay? And thanks for all your support.
If you don't mind a shameless plug for John Sir, if you guys like the hotter pickups, if you like the JB, try a SSH Plus. The Sir SSH Plus is my number one pickup. It'll be that between the Custom 5, the Seymour Duncan Custom 5 or the Sir SSH Plus are really good. And they're both Alnico 5 pickups. I've just come to realize I'm probably an Alnico 5 guy. But the SSH Plus is a really good pickup. So
Nice.
I took the Screaming Demon off of Bones and I put a White Invader on it.
well,
Just
that's a
to hear
major swing.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to hear the sound difference, and actually, I like it.
Yeah.
That's why it's still on there. So.
Lynch always said that the Screaming Demon, it wasn't. It's almost confusing to buy that pickup because you think you're getting a super hot pickup, and the Screaming Demon was not a hot pickup at all.
Mm-mm.
You know, it was more of a mellow. But then again, like I said in the first show I think I was on, Lynch was always known for having the amp do the work. He didn't have the guitar do the work. His amps did the work. So, you know, that's why Lynch's pickup in the Screaming Demon wasn't that hot of an output. But now if you go to the Mr. Scaries, like I've got guitars back here with the Arcane Mr. Scaries in them, they're reading 14. They're reading 14, 15. So, you know, they're more of a hotter pickup. He's all over the place, you know, with regards to what he's going to do. Sometimes he'll go mellow, sometimes he'll go more vintage, and then on the Arcanes, you know, they're pretty hot pickups. So, I actually got one I built. It's out. Hold on a second.
Hi, Robbie.
So this one I did. See, Alder, Mr. Scary. So they're Mr. Scary pickups. I put the performance ring in there, the single coil pickup ring, and those are both Mr. Scary. Arcane's Mr. Scary, and this thing sounds really good. This is a really good sounding guitar.
That's neat.
Wow.
So, perfect setup, and you know, shout out to Lynch on this one. This was Lynch. This was a. You ever seen that video Walk Away?
Yeah.
Okay, so this was the guitar. I was trying to mimic it, just by watching the video. I was trying to mimic it a little bit, and then come to find out that guitar is a cattle skin. I got a friend of mine that's actually held that guitar, and he said, "Mike, you're way off. That guitar is a skin of a cattle." So all the light spots is where there's no hair on the skin. You know, it was actually a cattle skin guitar. So I was way off, but it still looks cool. I mean, like, you don't see very many brown guitars. So,
no.
You know, it's got a cool contrast with the chrome. So
that video, they each shot that video individually, except for the one scene where they were all together.
Yeah, that was the final. That was the final outing for them. Yeah.
Yeah, they said they hated each other at that point, and so they you know, everybody went there and did their part, and then on one day they all met to do the where they're inside that structure. Mm-hmm. And they just did that one part there, and that was it. The rest of it was all everybody on their own day.
Yeah, that was somebody's house. I saw an interview with Don Dokken, and he was talking about that video, and it was like the producer's house of something. They shot the final video there because it was his house. And interestingly enough, there was just an interview with Mick Brown that he did, and he came out and said, "Hey man, I'm not decrepit. I'm not, you know, just going into retirement. You know, I got nothing wrong with me. I just don't want to play drums anymore. I'm done. It's over." He said, "I will never put drumsticks in my hands again. I will never sit at a kit again. I'm done. I'm not going to do it anymore." So, you know, respect for that guy, because he just lives over here in Cave Creek. There's an employee that works for me that actually saw him at a sushi bar out in Cave Creek. So he lives pretty close to me. So pretty cool that he's still functional. He rides around on his motorcycle all day. That's what he does. He lives in Cave Creek and rides around on his Harley. That's what he does. So good for him.
Well, that's cool.
Wow. I think Don needs to give it up, though. His voice is shot.
You know, I just have such respect for those guys. It's really difficult for me to say, you know, when is a good time. It's all they know.
Well,
so
I mean,
you know,
on the new record stuff, you know, obviously they're working in the studio getting his voice, but if you listen to the live stuff, the voice is just, it's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, he don't even attempt to go half as high as he used to, and now he just sings everything like so much lower, and then it doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of nostalgia guys in the crowd, like you know guys like me that, you know, just, you know, I'm more of a Lynch guy than I ever was a Don Dokken guy, but I mean, you know, you still got to respect the guy for going out there, because he's a lot older than I am. And to get up in front of people and still have the gumption to get up there and go, okay, I'm going to walk out before these people, and I'm going to put on the best show that I can. You know, I still got respect for those guys. I mean, there's a lot of '80s bands that can't pull it off anymore. I've got a laundry list of them.
Like who?
At the end of the day, no. I would never do it. I would never do it.
Jeff Tate can't do Take Hold of the Flame anymore like he did in 1984.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you've got to weigh that with, are we still doing what we could do in 1984? I'm not gonna, for me to go.
I'm still not doing my homework, and I still skip school.
Yeah.
Paul
some of the guitar players,
yeah.
Like some of the heavies, from our time, they can't pull off what they pulled off. Who was it the other day? Vivian Campbell. I'm watching a Vivian Campbell interview, and he said, I can't pull off that Dio stuff. He said, I go back and listen to that Dio stuff, and I'm like, well, because I go see Def Leppard, and I'm like, man, that's really weird seeing Vivian Campbell take second hand to Phil Collins.
Yeah.
That's difficult for me because I see Vivian Campbell and I see Dio.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you watch an interview with the guy and he's like, I listened to that Dio stuff and I don't even know how I played it. It's difficult. It's more difficult. So.
In the chat, Mike Olson, Vince Neil never could sing.
Yeah, that's why they tuned to D, just for you guitar folk. That's it. They were accommodating for his voice, tuning to D.
But Paul Stanley said it best. He was on the Howard Stern show, and he made the comment. He said, he's 70 or 71. He said, if you want to go see, if you want to hear me from Kiss Alive or Kiss Alive 2, then go put on Kiss Alive or Kiss Alive 2.
Put on the record. I saw that. Yeah, that was funny when he said that. Yeah. Good point. Good point.
But see, there's a fine line there. I mean, you have respect for him, but then it gets to the point where you're like, well, he should have retired because he was up here, now he's down here, and that's how we're going to remember him now, as he was here at the end, where he couldn't do this, but he was trying. So there's a fine line there when it's time to just take your bow and walk away, go out on top.
I guess you can look at it that way, but I will tell you, I'll tell you one thing. There's days when I'm not having a good day, okay? And we all have them.
True.
And we're like, man, I walk in this room and I look at this wall and I feel better in about 30 seconds. I'm like, oh my God, man, Lynch was so cool. Oh my God, Edward. Oh my God, DeMartini. And I'm like, all right, I'm good, and then, okay, let's go to work. So, I mean, think about what they gave us. That's how I kind of look at it now. What they gave me throughout my shoot, man. I'm 52 years old. I started this game when I was 5th grade when I saw Edward on the back of Diver Down. I mean, that guy gave me a lifelong passion that I'm still extremely super passionate about, to the point to where when I pick up a guitar, it's got to be perfect. I won't give somebody a guitar if it's not perfect. That's why whenever I work on somebody's guitar, I'm like, okay, here, play it in front of me. I want to make sure it's right. And they're like, oh my God, I just worked on a celebrity. I guess he's a celebrity here. I'm not going to say who it is, but I just worked on a celebrity's guitar here in Phoenix on Wednesday. And I stopped by Dane's shop after I got done. And hey, I just got done working on this guy's guitar. I went out to his house and he had a studio in his basement, had a great guitar collection. And I worked on, he had a Stealth EVH and he had a Floyd Rose Telly that he gigs with. And he's got a side band. Yeah, he's got a side band that he gigs with. And he said, Mike, my guitars have never played better. And I'm like, hey man, that makes me feel really good because I set your guitar up and I'd let you play it. It's not like when you go to the guitar shop. How many times have you taken your guitar to a guitar shop and they said, here, your guitar's ready, and you don't open the case, you don't pick the guitar up, you don't take a bend on it, you don't make sure it's good to go, you just walk out with it and you pay your money. It's so annoying. I mean, like, that was me when I was young. Hey, your guitar's ready. And I get home, I'd be like, this thing really isn't playing all that great. So that's a passion that people have, and if you have that passion, then that's a good thing to have because it'll wear off on other people.
Yeah. Danny, we know that. Yeah. Yeah, man. I was gonna ask you, 40 Grit. Do you do you wake up in the morning? Like you said, you walk in that room. Do you crank like the Dio or the Van Halen like every morning in there?
On my way to work in my truck, I've got a good stereo system in my truck, and And I'm all 80s all the time. Hey, the guys I work with at work, you know, we all just kind of bounce around, and we each have control. Whoever grabs the radio first, you know, that's what plays for the day. And very different tastes in music in my, you know, where I work at. But but they always know where it's going to be when 40 Grit gets it, because it's going to be on Hair Nation. You know, I'm on Hair Nation every time. I mean, it's the best music, right? I mean, Hair Nation, I just haven't outgrown it. So,
especially if you like Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
But,
I guess if you're going to go for the Dio and the Van Halen, you got to go over to Ozzy's Boneyard, right?
I just hate it's. I mean, like I'll be in the car for an hour, and on Hair Nation, in 1 hour there's 4 Motley Crue songs. Then there's, you know, the next hour there's 4 Guns N' Roses, and they play the ones that everybody's heard 8 million times. If they play some that like Civil War that they don't play that much, it'd be a different story. But you know,
Deep
Mr.
Tracks,
Brown's
the Deep Tracks channel is pretty
stuff,
good. Yeah. Deep Tracks.
But then you flip on Ozzy's Boneyard and there's Motley Crue or Guns N' Roses again. It's like, damn, now I gotta go to Octane.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to the inspiration, I mean, like we all got our. I mean, look at Ron's room, look at Robbie's room, look at Johnny, look at your room. You know, we've all got our little thing that we look at, and it inspires us and it makes us feel better. It doesn't matter how bad of a day you're having. You come and get your guitar room, and you're like, hey, man, I'm feeling better already. You know, you just sit there and think about Lynch's big hair or something, and you're like, oh, my God, that guy looks so freaking cool. All right, off to work, you know. It wasn't like that. He was cool.
I was waiting for that.
If they didn't look cool, we wouldn't have liked them as much. It don't matter how good they were on guitar. They all look cool.
A friend of mine looked so much like Don Dokken. When he would go out, like we'd go to Columbus to the mall or something, he'd actually sign autographs, Don Dokken. People come up to him and ask him for the autograph. He'd just sign it, okay. I said, man, I hope they never ask you to sing. Because he sounds like Don does now.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Since money's driving some bands to keep it going. I just heard the other day that Rat's probably going to be doing a thing. They said the last one that Blotzer was in, Stephen Piercy was in, Juan is in, and that DeMartini was the last, and now DeMartini's in. So supposedly there's going to be something going with Rat here soon, which would be cool because I'd go see him one more time. That'd be cool to see DeMartini
Cavazo with them.
Yeah. Well, that's a no-brainer. They worked really well together. Cavazo and DeMartini, they were a good duo. You know,
but people wanted him to get a whole, and I think it was only because
Schenker
of the looks. No, Chris Holmes, because there'd be another 6'4" blonde hair guy playing guitar in there too. But
yeah, but doesn't Chris Holmes weigh like 400 pounds? I mean,
no, he's not that. No, there's a video of him, a new documentary. It's probably a year old now. It's called Mean Man. It's on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Where he goes all into how Blackie Lawless screwed him over and all that. But I love his attitude. You know, people's like, well, you needed to go fight this and get your money from the 80s, and he's like, why? I don't have it. I got screwed out of it. Why worry about it? Why live in the past? You know what? I'm gonna write new music and do it here, and I'm gonna live for tomorrow. So I like his attitude, but he hasn't. I think it's been 20 years since he's had a drink, so he's all cleaned up. And he does the singing for the new songs, and then the songs he wrote in WAS, the other guitar player sings those, and he does. The other guy sounds just like Blackie. But he was talking about, you know, if you look at the album, it'll say on there Blackie Lawless and Chris Holmes listed on there as songwriters. But he said, when you get to the contract, I was listed as a studio musician. I wasn't even a band member. And he said, I didn't know. I signed a contract.
Raymond, I agree, Raymond. Yeah.
No pension plan in rock.
Well, I think it's what he was saying, you know, I don't want to see these old guys, you know, the old version of their band and stuff. I mean, you know, it's a lot of nostalgic, you know, it's nostalgic to say, I saw them. But it's not like you saw them when they were like, you know, really young or something, you know, or when their stuff was hot. And I wanted to point out too that a lot of these bands go out and they've got these like backing tracks playing. They're playing, but they've got the full record going behind them. And this has been going on a long time. And I mean, for me personally, I've just got to do it. If I can't stand up there and do it by myself, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to rely on some other thing or whatever. Now, this is just me, and it's the way I've done it my whole life because I don't play well with others. And you probably already know that, and I think there's a song title in there. But that's the way I've always been, and that's the way I still am, you know. But I kind of agree with them. I knew some people that would go to see these concerts, and these guys are like, you know, they're 70 years old and stuff. And it's just like, but, you know, really? You know, and that's just me. But I have to say, oh, there's Ned. I have to say, though, when I saw Guns N' Roses in Oklahoma City, like, must have been 4 years ago, they were really good. I mean, really good. They didn't have backing, nothing. Slash missed like 2 notes the entire night. Of course, I'm looking for that. Axl's sang really well, too. I know during that tour, there was a lot of bad concerts, but apparently by the time they got to Oklahoma City, they had their stuff together, and it was great, especially watching them play Estranged, you know, which is one of my favorite songs they do, and that was just a wonderful concert. I really had a good time right there in Oklahoma City. So people can get older and still put on a good show. So
I'm not saying they shouldn't do it. I'm just saying there's a fine line to the point where, I mean, I understand that you might really want to do it and you love doing it, but I think there's that real, you know, spider web line that you're just going to damage yourself in some of your fans' eyes if you continue it. I have one of my favorite bands is Pantera. And when this whole thing started, you know, last year about the Pantera reunion, to me, that pissed me off. It's not a reunion without Vinny and Dime. You know, I would have felt much better if they would have said, you know, it's a Pantera tribute show featuring Phil and Rex. And they're coming here to Pittsburgh or up Star Lake up by Pennsylvania, up that area. And everybody's like, you going to go? You're going to go? Because I saw them with Dime and Vinny in, you know, 99, somewhere around there. And I want to go just to hear the songs live again. But, you know, still part of me says, but it's not, you know, it's not really them. It's only half of them. So it's just something everybody's got to face. And like, I had ticket to the night Dime died. I had tickets to that show and didn't go. That's what really sucks. That's
wow.
So it was at the it was in Columbus, Alarosa Villa, and a buddy of mine bought tickets for me and him, and I ended up having to work late, and I didn't go. And I told him, I said, we go. I'm standing right in front of Dime. Well, where I did self-defense, shooting training and all that stuff, he knows how I am. So I knew when it happened because he called me at the house because I was home by the time the show had started. And I said, what'd you do? He goes, well, I got the hell out of there. I ran out. And I said, why? He goes, well, I ain't you. Because I would have jumped on the stage and went after that guy that shot him. That's just, that's how my personality is. And he said, I knew you would have done that. He said, not me. He said, I got the hell out of there before I got shot.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, we had planned, you know, we were going to stand right there in front of Dime. That's just, now I regret not going.
Oh.
Jeff Davidson, yeah, great concert, man. Rock on, brother. Kubrick, you rock, man. Absolutely. Rock on.
Johnny Rock, you rock. My name's Johnny too, Johnny Beane.
Johnny Beane.
Hey, can I show
so
one
you guys,
picture, Johnny?
Yeah.
All right, this is me in 1990. I'm playing the ESP. That was a 1987 ESP M1 Custom. It's like a competition yellow, and I love that guitar.
Wow.
Where's it at now?
I have no idea. I sold it in 1993, late 93 or 94. I sold it, and I've regretted it ever since.
Hey, Ed Dana.
I wish I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, Ray, but there's bands out there that have no original members, man. It's all about the money, like you were saying.
In 1989, I was offered to go be one of the guitar players for Nazareth. But at that time, I think there was only 2 original members in the band. And my son was not, when I got offered that, he wasn't even a year old. And there was no way in hell my wife was going to let me go away with a,
Nazareth.
Not even a 1-year-old. Yeah.
I don't even know who's in that band at all.
Well, back then there was only 2. Now, if they're even still out, there's nobody original. I do know that. That hasn't been for a while.
Well, who's
I only liked one song. That was another reason why I didn't want to do it. I only like Love Hurts. That was the only song they did.
We used to gig with Hair of the Dog.
Yeah, see, now you're messing with the son of a bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, we used to gig with that. It was that was a crowd pleaser. People like that.
Well, who's the singer's name in that band?
Now you ask me.
You could have been in that band, and you could have gotten all the autographs.
That was what, 34 years ago?
You'd be walking around the mall. They'd be like, "There's Don Dawkins and the guy from Nazareth."
No, I was literally offered, and because when we was with Sin City Records out of New York, and it was like, I only like one song, and I got my own thing going here, and my son was like 10 or 11 months old, and there's no way in hell she's going to let me traverse all over the country and come home.
Yeah, because they would have been playing like clubs,
bars. Yeah, they were
bars in front of like 10 people.
Yeah, well, they were actually doing like dinner theaters. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, you want
that might have been good money for you then.
You want to sit there
and
eat your steak.
And dinner.
Yeah. While you're eating your steak, here's someone say, "Now you're messing with the son of a bitch." So yeah, I walked away from that.
We got a guitar alert. Mr. Grit has a different guitar. What do we got there, Mr.
Oh
Grit?
my gosh.
Oh, this is a Jackson PC1.
Jackson, hey.
Oh yeah.
Next week I'm wearing my Jackson shirt, Dan.
Robbie walked right into that one. Dude.
Is that a matte finish?
This is a flat finish. This is the Phil Collins with the sustainer. So this is Phil Collins. Or Phil Collins. This is Phil Collins from Def Leppard, his guitar. The PC1. That's his signature up there.
Oh, cool.
But I had to have one of these because of the sustainer. There's a bunch of sustainers out there. I think his is the best one. He's had the same one for years now. I talked to his tech before. I was talking to his tech on Instagram pretty frequently when they were touring. I was just asking questions about sustainer. And I'm in agreement with him that the Phil Collins sustainer is probably one of the better sustainers out there. So that's why I got it. And I'll it doesn't disappoint once you start laying on this thing. It's pretty fun. So.
Mm-hmm.
Ritesh, what's up, Ritesh?
Ritesh, what's up? By the way, Nazareth is still up together.
Are they?
I think. Events. Dude, if you were with Nazareth right now, you'd be playing in Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Vienna. You'd be.
I guarantee you I wouldn't have been in the band for 34 years. That was 34 years ago, and like I said, I only liked Love Hurts.
Love Hurts, 1974. The Flight Tonight? These are songs. Yeah, I've never heard any of these. I think I've heard that Love Hurts, and I've heard that maybe that Hair of the Dog, maybe?
Yeah, Love Hurts was probably their biggest hit, and it was more or less a ballad.
That's the one that's kind of slow, and it has... Yeah. Okay, yeah, I've heard that. Robbie, you should cover that song.
If I'm not mistaken, the rhythm guitar in that had the tremolo effect on it.
Yeah. Dude, Ron, do a collaboration with Robbie. Do a cover of Love Hurts.
You want to sing it, Robbie?
Robbie will sing it.
I could sing it for you. I could send you a unlisted video. I don't know. Unless you're not being serious, then I won't.
No, I'm being serious.
Well, I don't think Ron is.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll do anything. Well, almost. I knew that. I knew something. I was waiting here.
Well, I mean, do you have the capability of making a video using a track that I send you?
Can I do it on the iPhone?
Right. So you obviously don't.
No.
So this would have to go through Johnny.
What? Now it's a huge production.
You started it.
All I was saying is you guys just record. You could just record the audio. Just record audio of because the thing is, Robbie's always looking to record cover songs. Like every day, he's looking to record.
Really. No, I'm all original now.
Okay.
The only covers I do is for.
He calls me every day, Johnny. Guess what? I recorded this. I did that. I did this. I did 3
sure.
Madonna songs. I'm like, dude,
that's for
like
sure.
a virgin.
Oh, and by the way,
he's singing how he's a virgin. Yeah, he's singing all these songs.
Those are shorts. Those are for the shorts. By the way, today's short.
He's a virgin in the shorts.
Today's count on my short views. My short views today, my count is 7,500.
Okay, see? So anyway, I just suggested, since he was almost in Nazareth, why don't you guys cover that song? And it's a song people know. So Robbie, you'll get a bunch of both of you guys. You both have channels. You'll get a bunch of hits from that.
Oh, so you're saying just do a short doing it?
Sure. Because nobody wants to hear the rest of that song again.
I don't know.
Well, it's like I'm doing that collab with Leela, La Reality, and I sent her a track, but she's got all kinds of apps, and she could take an unlisted video from YouTube and work it to make it sound like gold. But she really knows what she's doing. When that song comes out, it's going to be great, and then I'm going to release the guitar track I sent her, and so we're still kind of waiting for that. But it takes her a while because she's very articulate in what she does.
Okay, so here's this. How about what if? And I'm just saying, this is just an idea. What if Ron records, verse and chorus of that song, sends it to you. You get your new computer. You can put that into your computer. You can sing over it, and put it out.
Well, I'm going to have to learn how to do that on the computer. It's taken me a while to, that's another thing where you'd have to help me do it, which, I don't know if you got time to do that. But
what?
I'm willing to do it.
Way to go, Mike. Ron hurts, Ron freezes, Ron reboots. That's true. Although, look, I've been lucky tonight so far. Pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, dude, actually, the past, it was only within the first hour, the first, 20 minutes, you were freezing. Now you're fine.
Well, I got to quit switching on me automatically, too, so.
That's good. Oh, my gosh. Smash
this
that
is dead
thumbs
air.
up.
Somebody needs to talk. This is dead air.
Smash that thumbs up, you guys. Oh, we have a giveaway coming up pretty quick, too.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Wait, I got one question.
He has a question, too.
What kind of tuners you guys put on the headstocks?
What do I prefer?
Well, yeah, what do you use or, you like best? For me,
Yeah.
For me, it is the strobe, Peterson strobe.
Oh, the tuner.
Oh, well, I thought you meant the tuners
yeah.
for tuning machines.
No. Well, no, sorry. I didn't clarify that enough.
Strobo
I
clips.
use whatever the company sends me. They send me them to review, and I review them and I use them.
I've got one of those too. I don't know what this thing is, but it was in a guitar case I bought, so it doesn't seem to work bad. Yeah.
I use the Silver Snark. The Silver Snark has reinforced joints. You know, these always break.
Yeah,
this is
like
reinforced. This is reinforced, and I use these all the time.
I thought you were talking about.
Yeah,
he's got a snark too. Yeah, I thought you were talking about tuners, and that's an interesting thing too, because think about all the years that we went through putting. How many wines do I put on my tuner? That was always like the big thing of how many wines should I put on my tuner? Hey man, if it's a locking nut, put locking tuners on it, because it's going to take you about 30 seconds to change all 6 strings out. Stick locking tuners in it, shove it through, lock it down. Take your half a turn, and then you're good to go. I mean, everything that I build now, I put locking tuners on it just for the sake of speed. When it comes to changing the strings out, locking tuners is the way to go.
That Chapman I have, the baritone Chapman's got Chapman locking tuners on it. And as far as the locking mechanism goes, they're great. As far as tuning goes, they're a little on the rough side. It's like I've actually had to take them apart, squirt a little oil in it, and they're still kind of. But the locking part is fabulous. It's just the actual tuning. So I'm gonna.
The only guitar I have locking tuners on is that custom shop Stratocaster. That's the only one. I'm not really a fan of them. I like the old school. If I build a guitar, this particular one I just did today, they are Schallers. But I always get the Schallers from the early 80s. If I'm really trying to get period correct for, Kramer guitars in the early days, then you have to go with the Godas, because that's what they used. Like your guitar you have, Mr. Grit, that has Goda tuners on it.
Yeah, I like Godos. I don't have a problem with Godos, especially on a locking nut. All you got to do is tune up the pitch. It's not like it's. I mean, if you're getting to, if you're looking to get super picky on something, and you have you don't have a locking tremolo system, you can upgrade your tuners. But I mean, on a Floyd Rose, there ain't nothing wrong with Godos. You'll pay $60, $50-$60 for a set of tuners, and they'll be fine.
Right. I'm really stickler for period correct. They have to come off of the Kramer or an early Focus or something. For me to put them on there. Yeah.
I mean, if you Schaller, I like Schaller. Sometimes Schallers can get expensive depending on how inventory is. And by the way, I was going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 Floyd Rose units in stock right now for myself, because Floyd Roses are getting ready to go through the roof. Floyd Rose was stationed in Florida, and when they had that hurricane down there, it kind of wiped them out. So when you guys are seeing these swings right now on Floyd Rose, that's why. Because they've relocated from what I heard, and there's a production issue. So they're going to keep going up. So if you find them for $225, buy them. I do every time. And I'll just sit there and wait on them, and then somebody's going to come up to you one day and go, hey, do you got a Floyd Rose? And I'm going to be like, yeah, I do. $350. Let's go.
Well, you know me. Every Floyd Rose I have is from 82 to 85. I will not have a newer one. Ritesh, good question. Bolt-on is a lot easier to work on because you can adjust the neck angle with a shim. If you have a neck through guitar, you're pretty much stuck with the neck angle they have. So, if you can't get the action really far down, unless the face is routed, like that, which is what we had to do at the factory to make those work, bolt-on's probably a lot easier to work on. But that's a good question. Yeah. No, I won't buy a Floyd Rose unless it's 82 to 85. And places do have them. Stigatsu will have them, and so will Uplander. And they will cost $275, $260. I've gotten some for $240 from Stigatsu, but he'll cut me a deal. To me, that's worth it because everything on him is good. All the blocks are good. The steel's good. All the screws are hardened steel. You don't have to replace anything.
And Robbie's talking. These are vintage ones, not new ones.
Right.
Yeah, Robbie goes after the vintage. In my opinion, if you're buying a made in Germany Floyd Rose, you're probably safe. If it's a made in Germany Floyd Rose stamped, you're probably safe. So
pre-1986. After 1986, they use cheaper metal. So, you might have to change all this stuff like you change on yours, newer ones. So here's a newer one.
Here's a newer one from Germany, and it's flat black. And I did put the Graphtec saddles in it. I don't know how well you can see that. And the only thing I found out about them is the way the end is designed. Some people may have a problem with intonation on those because they will not go as far as the factory ones will go. But they have that graphite thing on the string where the string goes over on it on the Graphtec saddles, and you don't break strings that way. They do that. You don't break a string on it. But this is a German made, and I put the push-in bar in it. So I like it.
Oh yeah, I'm old coupling all the way. Screw in coupling, 6 millimeter. Yeah, will not use anything else.
Yeah, I've got a lot of the 1984 Floyd Roses. Probably over half of my Floyd Rose inventory are the 84s.
The reissues?
The reissues with the brass tuners and spin-in Floyd Roses instead of the coupler. The coupler.
Oh, yeah, that was ugly.
What's Ron doing?
I don't know.
But look, I'm a Jackson fan. I'm froze.
Take that,
man.
Robbie.
I'm playing with the Jackson.
Bring it on, man. Bring it on.
So 40 grit. So you're saying your inventory? You mean you just have like 10 Floyd Roses just sitting there?
Yeah.
Just for your own for putting together your own stuff, or you build for people, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't done this yet, but here, let me show you. So that's.
Look at that, Robbie.
A lot of stuff here.
Wow.
Then that's my Soldano. I have a JVM. I got a 76 Marshall with the black backs. That's a vintage cabinet. I got an EVH 100 watt, the Iconic, the 50 watt, 412 EVH. That's a 1960B with the greenbacks. That's
Thank
a
you,
PV.
Richard. Yeah, I recognize that cabinet. I have one of those.
That's an EVH 50 watt, and then I got a 212 I got from Dane. And then over here, I've got the EVH 212 and another 412 EVH.
Dang.
So let's see. My son took that picture in, I guess that was what? That was a tattoo. So what? That was the, what tour was that? So that was 2012. My son took that picture.
Was that the red guitar?
That was the red guitar he used on Tattoo. So that's how you know what song he was playing, because he only used that on one song, and it was Tattoo.
How did I know? That photo was in black and white. How did I know that was red?
Yeah, it's red. You are correct, sir.
Yeah. See, Robbie? I know my stuff.
You are correct, sir.
You are correct, sir.
So weird.
I like that square cabinet, that Marshall, and I like this Soldano amp. That's probably what I'd play at all that.
Yeah, thanks, pal. Yeah, a Soldano, in my opinion, is like a must-have. You got to have one, right?
I got the cheap version. I got the Jet City back when Soldano was working with them. And that worked really well until the idiot that changed the tubes decided to wire it for treble bleed. apparently he can fix it. But I'm going through the Marshall Studio Vintage, and then I have the lunchbox, in case something ever goes wrong with this. But so a friend of mine I might give it back to him because he might need an amp. But yeah, but I liked it. I liked his circuit. I liked the way it sounded.
Yeah, I got that.
Cool.
I got a pretty good deal on it from what I remember, but it was snakeskin, and that was kind of like a must-have for me. With the DeMartini and the Lynch actually cut the first Wicked Sensation album with the Soldano, and I'm pretty sure the last Dokken album was Soldano too. The Back for the Attack was Soldano, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I could be wrong. So.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, must have.
Wow. Ryan Hall. You see that?
Ryan Hall asked me if I have any circuit guitars. Ryan, I built 2 of them when I was there, and I sold both of them because I thought that I had friends of mine that were like, "Oh my God, you work there," and I would build them like, "Hey, you want to sell?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, sure." And I sold them off, and then one day I just didn't work there anymore. So, I moved out here. So, yeah, I think circuit guitars are fantastic. My problem with circuit guitars was they were, number one, they were expensive. And I didn't want to gig with them because I was afraid I was going to scratch it or ding it. And that's why I started getting into relic guitars, because they're a lot easier to take to a gig and not have to be concerned about what's going to happen if I scratch it or I ding it or anything else. So the primary guitars I had when I was gigging was relic guitars. I was a big relic guy, so no sirs. I actually had a Pete Thorne amp. I had a custom audio Pete Thorne. I had a Badger, the little Badger amp, and I bought a Riot pedal with it. I mean, that really nails a Van Halen tone if you're going after Van Halen tone. A Badger with a Riot pedal, that's a good mix. And then the SL68, which is John's, I think that's got an internal variac from what I remember. That would be the amp to have if you're going to nail that. If you look at the David Lee Roth videos, Al Estrada, who used to come in the shop all the time, who was very good friends with Jay Medor, who worked across from me. He'd come in and hang out with Jay. They were good friends, and he was David Lee Roth's touring guitar player, Al Estrada. And if you watch the live shows at the Hard Rock Hard Rock Cafe or whatever it was, he's playing Sirs. He's playing the SL68s. He has 2 of them stacked up. So, and if you're not familiar with Al Estrada, check that guy out. There's probably between him and Satchel, with regards to nailing Eddie Van Halen, I don't know if anybody's better between Satchel and Al Estrada. Because if you know the history of Satchel, Russ Parrish, he was one of the original Atomic Punk guitar players. The original, I forgot what his name was, but he passed away not too long ago. And then Russ Parrish.
Bart.
Yeah, Bart Walsh.
Bart Walsh. I was Facebook friends with him, and he would go live and play. Yeah. He would just play. Yeah. He would do like all types of Van Halen stuff, like live on Facebook. Yeah, he passed away a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would, again, everything's my opinion. Everybody's got their opinion and everything. But I've seen Satchel play, Russ Parrish play several times, and he is a really, like Steel Panther or don't like Steel Panther, I get it. I understand it gets old super quick. It's super cool for about 5 minutes, and you're like, wait a minute, man, But Satchel's guitar playing, or Russ Parrish's guitar playing is fantastic. I mean, that guy's just really got some chops, man. He's a beast. But I will say that Al Estrada is really good. He's a fantastic choice on David Lee Roth's part to fill the shoes of Edward. Not that you can, but if you're going to choose, Al Estrada's a good one.
Al is the one playing guitar on all those tracks that Roth is releasing, all those Van Halen songs he's redoing.
Yeah,
that's Al Estrada on guitar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's really good.
Johnny, I forgot to tell you last night. My daughter. Well, yeah, when you guys were doing the talking Kramer.
Oh,
I was in the chat.
I don't remember talking to you last night.
Yeah, I was in the chat, but I was going to. My daughter's ex-boyfriend. Now she's been married 2 years and dated this guy 2.5 years prior to that. So this would have been about 5 years ago. He is. I don't know if he's still sponsored by Kramer now or not, but he was. It was Scary Doctor or Doctor Scary.
Uh-huh.
If you go to Kramer's website and they're sponsored, he was on there.
Oh, cool.
Because when she was dating him, he was always hanging out down here and bringing new Kramers, and
he was always talking Kramer all the time to you, and you're like Jackson.
I'm like, well,
you're like Robbie.
Jackson, no, Jackson.
He's a giant Lynch fan. Giant Lynch fan.
Buddy.
Mm-hmm.
So we got along good there.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah, but he loved Kramer guitars, and he was last time I looked, but it's been 4 or 5 years. He was still sponsored by him.
Mm-hmm.
You go on their website and look. It's either Scary Doctor or Doctor Scary, something like that.
That's the band?
No,
that's his name.
That's his persona, like Satchel. That's
Dr.
his
Scary.
persona. It's either Scary Doctor or Doctor Scary.
So
go to Kramer's website and look for their musicians.
So he's like an 80s?
Yes. And with Lynch being his fan, the thing Mr. Scary from Lynch, so he went with Scary Doctor or Doctor Scary.
Doctor Scary.
Yeah.
Doctor Scary. That's his name. Oh yeah, he's been with them.
For a while.
13 years.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, that was my daughter's. We actually thought they were going to get married, but it didn't work out.
Dr. Scary. He looks kind of like Satchel.
Well, that's a wig. That's a wig.
Yeah, but it's the same setup. It's the same hair and the band and the guitar. Yeah.
He's in a band called Tongue and Cheek.
Mm-hmm.
Then he did his own recordings too. His real name's Eric.
Cool. Hey, Sherman.
Yeah, when you guys were talking Kramer last night, I was going to bring that up, and I forgot all about it. Actually, I fell asleep. I had to take. I took my.
I fell asleep
medicine.
last night too.
Well, I took the medicine for my back, and it was like 15 minutes later, I was knocked out on the couch. So.
Oh. That's cool. Sherman Callahan, great to see you, man. Sherman Callahan. My hours have changed. Oh, right on, man. Yeah, Sherman Callahan. Thank you. As long as you guys watch the replays. I mean, that's where it's at. Most people do catch the stuff in the replays. I mean, that's what sucks about doing the giveaways live. Is you gotta be here live, but
hey, everybody here gets an air guitar tonight. So
yes, free air guitars for everybody. Thanks
free
to
air
Ron
strings, free air stands, and free air lessons.
Hey, there was good participation tonight in the chat. That was cool. Like people asking questions and stuff. I like that when I'm talking about guitar stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When people start asking questions, because you can, if you can come on these and learn something. I mean, that's why I do it. I want to sit there and see if I can pick something up, and usually regardless of what it is, I usually pick something up, but I got to say probably the most fun to watch is probably Joe Bonamassa, because that guy's always got something cool. He's doing something, he's just got something cool going on, that guy's got a great collection, and he's got really good, super down to earth guy. I mean, he goes to Sunset Sound in his own car, his own personal vehicle and stuff, and he's just driving around town. It's just crazy to think that he's always running around, it's pretty cool.
I know a guy that works for him.
Yeah.
Big Green P. Those are the Air Jacksons.
What pickups are in those?
Air Duncans.
Air Nortons?
And if you're really good, you can get a pair of Air Jordans.
The Air Nortons.
Wow. Well, look at this. We're about 10 till, because we normally do, normally we do about 5 hours, but tonight we're going to do 3. And 40 Grit has a giveaway for us tonight.
Yeah.
Which has been so long since you said what it was, I totally forgot. Oh, dude. I'm awake now, man. Luckily, I got 5 chances every time it spins. No, I can't win nothing. All right. Do you want to? When do we want to? Oh, let's see that. It looks like you brought another guitar out. Let's check that out, and then we'll.
This will be a shout out to. I doubt they're watching because it's late here, but this is a shout out to Atomic Guitars here in Phoenix. Very good friends of mine, Harry and Tim.
Oh, cool.
And Jack Blades is endorsed by Atomic Guitars. His basses are Atomics.
Really?
And these guys are, forgive my slang, but they're badasses.
Oh,
and
you can't say bad on here.
Ask all you want.
I went down and asked Harry to build me a guitar, and he built it. Him and Tim built it, and it's. Look at the figure on this thing. Just ridiculous. Really nice.
Look at that tool pack.
And this is one of those guitars where I said, "Hey, I wanted an 8-pound guitar," and guess what Harry did? He was very careful with the weight. Instead of hogging it all out, he knew I only wanted a single volume. So instead of hogging everything out, he did the ESP route, which was cool. And then I put in there what pickup I have in it. I think I already talked about that. So this one has the Sir. This one has a Sir SSH Plus. And fantastic pickup. If you guys get a chance to pick one of these pickups up, I promise you will not be disappointed, but I'd be more than happy to buy it from you if you're not happy with it. I'd be more than happy to buy it from you. So.
Wow.
That's how I'm sure that you'll like it. So.
That's how you're Sir.
I'm sure that you will like the Sir.
Are you Sir?
I'm Sir. I'm Sir about that. I'm doing too many plugs for John for not working for John Sir anymore. I need to stop this. It is good stuff, though.
Well, if he's watching this, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be.
I think John's probably sleeping.
I think everybody is sleeping.
Yeah.
Hey,
we got 50 in the chat.
50 in the chat.
But 48 of them are sleeping.
Yeah.
They all left their computers on. Sherman Callahan is here, though. That's awesome. It's good to see you. And then Kubrick, you got a good comment here. I just saw that. Kubrick lover. Viewers shouldn't enter if they've won recently. Yeah, well, the thing is, I have it to where everybody in the chat is entered. So, but if it lands on a name where if you won something recently, it's best if we spin again. But, Jeff Davidson's probably going to win anyway.
C'est la vie.
So.
Or Alice.
Or Alice. Alice can win. Yeah, see there. Oh, there she is. Oh, she's on Facebook. Yeah, good to see. Oh, Mickey Suttlemeyer's watching. Mickey, are we going to be on GTA later, man? And hey, Ron Gunner, I know we talked about possibly me jumping on
Call of Duty.
Modern
Warfare. Yeah.
I got to remember that. Is Janice here? Janice, can you send me a tweet reminding me?
Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare?
It's Modern Warfare 2.
Modern Warfare 2. Can everybody in the chat? And we got 51 people here, you guys. We need comments on these videos after the fact, like down below. We need comments below because the more comments the video gets, the more views the video, the more YouTube pushes it out. So if you can, please. My birthday was like 3 days ago. But please drop a comment on this video tonight or another video on the channel here. You don't even have to even watch the video. Just drop comments on those videos saying hi or this sucks, whatever. That would be awesome.
Tell Johnny where to go.
Tell me where to go, especially when I am in Los Angeles, June 29th. the weekend of June. Technically, it's the weekend of June 30th, but I'll be there the 29th. 29th.
Hey, Johnny, Robbie, I sent those pictures. Somebody's asking about Sir. Here's a cool picture of me and Doug Aldrich. So if I can, I don't know how to do this here.
You got to put it all the way on the camera.
Put it all the way on the camera?
Yeah. Like push your phone all the way to the front of your camera and then pull it back a little bit. You want to put it on the faces.
So that is me and Doug at the NAMM show for 2013. And that's the night he asked me to be his tech.
I was there.
So
I was there. Oh, there you are. Oh, wow. That is you.
That was the night he asked me to be his tech. And then I have a cool picture of me at my bench. I sent these to Robbie. I forgot that I sent them. But that was me at my bench. I was working on James Evanier. If you've heard of him, he's an Australian speed metal guy. But I was tweaking his guitar for his performance.
Mm-hmm.
And that's me at the shop. So I was there.
Yeah, he was there too.
I was there, Robbie.
I live here.
Oh my gosh, what time is it? Okay, giveaway time. Giveaway time. Let's see. StreamYard. We got 70 entries. That's good. Share, and then this is for the EVH Frankenstein. Compliments of 40 Grit. Thank you again, man. So, yeah, we're going to spin. So if you haven't said anything in the chat, now's your chance.
These will go out on Wednesday, Johnny.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a working man until Wednesday. I'm off on Wednesday, so I will get these out to you on Wednesday morning.
On Wolfgang Wednesday.
On Wolfgang Wednesday.
Right on. Will you be meeting up with Amanda? Maybe. Possibly. That'd be cool. All right. You guys ready? Everybody awake? In the chat, everybody press the number 1 right now. If you can hear this, press 1. Press 1. Press the number 1 right now. And somebody's getting a thunderstorm. Oh, my goodness. Is that in Oklahoma?
Yeah, we're getting some thunderstorm here.
Oh, wow. I think Holly is hiding in the bathtub.
No, she was.
Oh, man, that's loud.
Listen to that. Yeah. Dude, you want your ASMR, man? Or is that your gong vibrating?
No. I have a fan going, though, because it's hot.
You have a hot fan there?
No, I have a fan running because it's hot.
They're running? All right. Press 1 right now. Yeah, WON.
Yeah, 1.
Okay, it looks like 70. Look at that. Okay. All right, the winner for the Frankenstein reflectors is Skyprop.
What?
Skyprop. You are the winner. Listen to that. Frankenstein reflectors, Skyprop. Skyprop. Text me, 415-952-3263. Text me where to go. Especially when I'm in Los Angeles. Because I need suggestions. All right. I guess Robbie's going to sing a song.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, cool, man.
I wrote this today.
All right.
Is it Riders on the Storm?
No, it's not.
Is it Robbie's on the Storm? All right. Robbie's going to sing us out. 40 Grit, thank you so much, man. Thank you.
Nice to see you guys.
Great to see you. Ron Gunner, we're great you're not frozen.
And it is cold down here.
All right, Robbie's going to sing us out before we lose the entire audience because everybody's leaving all of a sudden. All right.
All right.
All right. Thank you, channel members, too. All right, now here's Robbie with his latest single, Riders on the Storm.
No, it's easier said than done. All right.
Hit it.
Sometimes life goes on and on, and things don't seem like much fun. All through the night until the dawn, it's easier said than done. And when your friend just talks and talks and talks, he doesn't even take the time to breathe. You sometimes wish that he would take that walk off that pier so you'll be relieved. Sometimes the sheer monotony is almost too much to bear. You clearly see the monstrosity of this, you are aware. All alone in this world, no one seems to care, and ultimately either do you. You're reaching out, but there's no one there, and there's nothing that you can do. Easier said than done. You could try to run. It's easier said than done. But we've only just begun. Easier said than done. You have come undone. It's easier said than done. Hell, we've just begun. Sometimes life goes on and on. Things don't seem like much fun. Although the night comes to that dawn, it's easier said than done.
That was good, Robbie. Thank you. I like that.
Nice job, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Like that a lot.
Thank you, Robbie.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for. I appreciate you guys letting me play. And yeah, big thanks. Good to see you guys. And rock on.
See you guys tomorrow night. Guitar ASMR. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Ricky Rocket, and you're watching my buddy Johnny Beane right here on his channel.
And I'll be in LA June 29th through the July 2nd. So stop by. Bye-bye.